Are you all ready for this? That's what I thought.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I guess we're ready. First of all, I just want to say thank you to Midwest Speed Fest for having me as the finale of the marathon. I've been having a great time this weekend at VGMCon and at Midwest Speed Fest, as I always do. It's a really important event. One of the reasons why I'm an RPG speedrunner is I love video game music and RPGs. There's a lot of great video game music out there, but RPGs, for my money, tend to always have the best music. So you just hear so much wonderful video game music of all types when you're at an event like VGMCon. And I just want to say for everybody out there, if you didn't make it this year, try to make it next year. It is an incredible event, and the musicians themselves love the support, and they love having the crowds just the same way that us speedrunners do. So
yeah, shout outs to all the great musicians who have performed here at VGMCon 2023.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I just want to say that we are raising money for charity. This has been a trying weekend in a lot of ways. This is my first event where I've been on staff for Midwest Speed Fest as well, and wow, we had a lot of challenges this weekend. So when we were setting up on Thursday and when we had our first day Friday, it was in the mid 80s here in Minneapolis, and it was about 90 in the stream room. So you know, we were kind of joking, oh, it's Midwest Heat Fest, not Midwest Speed Fest. And then overnight it snowed today. So there's actually snow outside right now. So yeah, I don't know quite what to say, but all of these things, all in totality, it's been a really busy weekend for us as staff and for all of the volunteers. So I just want to say thank you to them as well for making it here and putting up with probably a lot of times not ideal conditions. But we're also raising money for a really important charity, and I don't want that to get lost in everything else that has gone on this weekend. If we stopped the marathon right now, it would be a success. We would have raised over $3,000 for the Protest Foundation. But you know what? I want to add at least another number on that front of that, if not two. So let's at least make sure during this run, let's get to 4,000. I would love to see us make a push for 5,000 as well.
Heck yeah.
We've already met the main incentive for my run, I believe, which is the Ha 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 cutscene. That's about an hour into the run. We haven't even talked about the cutscene remover yet. We'll get to that probably when we start the game here. But there's also naming incentives. Oh, that reminds me. Name for Titus. I'm going to need that now at the start of the run. But there's other names that you can donate for, and we do have a little surprise for later as well for an additional incentive. So.
All right. Well, it looks like for Titus's name, or is it Titus? Who knows?
I'm a Titus main now. I tried to do Titus when I was first learning this run because I wanted to sound like smart and intellectual, and no, it's Titus.
Yeah,
so.
Titus just sounds better to me.
Yeah.
But regardless, it's not going to be Titus or Titus. It looks like it's going to be Ixion.
Ixion, all right. Everybody's favorite thunder unicorn. So.
IXION.
All right. And just really quick, one more thing before we get going. I do have a couch here with me as well, so they may look familiar. They both ran runs earlier in the marathon, including right before this one. But do you want to introduce yourselves to everybody?
I'm Seriously Surly. I ran Crisis Core.
And I'm sufficiently caffeinated, also known as Matty Ink, and I did Streets of Rage 4 on Friday.
All right.
We're looking forward to this legendary run by this legendary runner.
Well, it's going to be a lot shorter than if we were playing Final Fantasy X with the cutscenes, and we'll talk about that in a second and how that all works. But I do think we should get this run underway. So let's do a nice countdown here in the room, starting at 5. I want to hear everybody counting down. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! All right.
Good luck.
Thank you. And I forgot there. Now we're actually underway. There we go. But this is Final Fantasy X, and this is our main protagonist, about to be Ixion. So let me focus on that really quick first. IXI.
But the opening cutscene is gone.
Oh, N. The opening cutscene. Oh, is gone. Confirm. There we go. Yep. So a lot of cutscenes are gone in this game. In fact, pretty much all of them, except for what I jokingly refer to as load-bearing cutscenes, meaning that if this mod that I'm playing on is a community-generated mod, it is not an official mod of the game that just removes the cutscenes. But they figured out that there were certain cutscenes that you really can't take out or the game breaks. So there's a handful of those that are still kind of in the game. But for the most part, all of the cutscenes are gone, as well as any of the kind of dialogue moments where I wouldn't be doing anything other than just sitting here, like, tapping the dialogue button. So, and you might think to yourself, well, that seems nice, but, you know, there can't be that many cutscenes in Final Fantasy X.
No, it's a later stage Final Fantasy, so what, like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of cutscenes?
Keep going, keep going.
3?
Okay, so my difference between my PB in any percent on PC and cutscene remover is almost exactly 6 hours. So it's 6 hours of cutscenes and dialogue that have been removed, so.
Awesome.
Yes.
These ones don't.
Speed tech.
Excellent speed tech.
Indeed. And there's a lot of speed tech in this run as well, but the run itself is fairly stable, provided that I win Blitzball. So that's going to be an exciting moment about an hour into the run that I know we're all
Very excited.
Looking forward to.
Any Blitzball fans in the house?
Right here.
Okay. Well, we're gonna
bother
teach
going
you how to
after all.
blitz, so definitely stick around for that.
I also noticed you're not inputting damage values into your RNG track.
That is correct. So yeah, so there's some very interesting. There are some very big developments with this run. About I want to say a year and a half ago now, where the community basically figured out the RNG of the game, at least for the HD remaster. There's 256 total seeds, and they mapped all of those seeds. And they mapped them all to the first 6 damage values that I just went through. So basically, if I was doing a run of the game on PC, I could take those 6 damage values, put them into a program, and then I would know what seed I was on. And that's very useful, obviously. So, and because of that, as well as the way the RNG system works in this game, there were further advancements as well, which essentially allowed runners to manipulate. We will just say manipulate the heck out of the game, including a very important piece of armor that is prevents enemy encounters. That you can find about, I would say, 80% of the way through the run. It's not right away, but it's significant enough that for full game runs, having the armor versus not having the armor can save you up to 8 minutes, which is an eternity in speedrun terms. So right now we're just learning a little bit about the overdrive system as well as just the combat system kind of generally. The overdrive system is sort of the Final Fantasy X version of limit breaks. I'm also going to touch this save sphere because those will restore my hit points, which is very important. And for this tanker fight coming up, I'm just going to be trying to do the minimum number of actions needed to progress the fight to the second phase, which is where Titus has the realization that he can just kind of whack on that glowing orb there. Orb. I was waiting for someone, and no one did, so I did it for you. That's okay. There'll be a quiz later.
We're learning.
GDQ's not so nice, huh?
That's true. That is true.
Teach me, Blaze. Teach me the ways.
But the mod that I am actually playing on now, because the having the RNG for this game solved was kind of a double-edged sword. For a lot of reasons, mainly because there were only certain seeds that were really viable for speedrunning. And there is also a seed finder that you can use as well, which, again, that's fine if you want to do like a very scripted run of this game. But there's a lot of people that just kind of wanted to play with the sort of really random RNG restored again. And so today I am actually playing on the newest version of the cutscene remover, which also includes what is known as the RNG fix mod, which is a little bit deceptive of a title in my opinion, because what it fixes is it truly makes the RNG random again. So I am playing on a totally random seed. I cannot manipulate the no encounter armor. I don't know what encounters are coming up for me. I don't know what drops are coming up for me. So there's going to be a certain amount of improvisation and just a little bit more playing the game the way it was kind of intended to be played before a lot of information was discovered about the RNG systems that the PC version of the game was using. So
what you're saying is we have additional chaos to have fun with.
Exactly. Hopefully not too much fun. I actually don't want to get a game over, because if I get a game over, I will just mention this now, with the cutscene remover, we will lose Titus's beautiful Ixion dual name. So hopefully that will not happen, but we'll see. There's only a few very tricky spots in this game, provided that I don't mess up, which I hope I don't, but even then, stuff can happen, so we'll see how it goes. But we're doing a lot of prologue stuff right now. We started in the world of Xanarkand, and then Sin showed up during our big blitzball game, which is honestly really rude. And now we've kind of been hurled, we don't know it yet, but we've sort of been hurled into the past. And, or to the future, actually, sorry.
Yep.
Got my timelines mixed up. Now we're just trying to get our bearings here in a totally new world. I'm going to do a couple settings here and heal up before I go into the next area. And yeah.
Deal with scissor hands.
Yes, the first real boss of the game that can actually hurt you. Because everything I've fought to this point, can't really die to unless you do something wrong. And I mean like very wrong. Like they don't actually have attacks that can kill you.
Yeah. It looks dangerous getting demied 6 times.
I did not mean to interact with that, but I was holding my turbo button down, so that's on me. What are both of your experiences with Final Fantasy X? I know, Maddie, you said you've done one run.
Done exactly one run.
Yeah.
Years ago, and it was a blind read-through of the notes, but we did finish. So I am on the leaderboard, and I'm not last. Barely.
Very nice.
Barely.
Nice. Very important. I was also participating in this blind playthrough. I did not finish. I got stuck in Bahamut's Trials, and it was late, so I stopped.
That is very fair. Ooh,
But since I've kind of kept up with some of the developments that have been going on, I was very excited with the cutscene remover, and I've had a couple friends pick up the game and run it fairly consistently. So
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people. This game is very accessible now because of the cutscene remover, which is honestly just really, really cool. Because a lot of people do not have time for a 9 to 10 hour speedrun. A lot more people have time for a 3 to 4 hour speedrun. So,
Yep.
hopefully, we'll see more of these in the future as well.
And I will say the notes for this game are fantastic. Like if you can read, you can get through a run.
Yeah. Very, very clean notes, very well organized, very understandable. Yeah, they were solid.
The community really takes a lot of pride in the amount of support that they offer to new players, and just like, frankly, the consistency of the run is also just really incredible too.
Yeah.
Again, as long as you don't really screw anything up, you kind of can't lose. So this is a great first RPG, I would say, for people if they're interested in getting into an RPG speedrun. I will say for myself, that was actually kind of how I got into running this game as well. I've played every Final Fantasy ever that has come out. Is kind of my series of choice with regards to RPGs, and but I'd never really speedran one before. So I kind of got into it because I made a New Year's resolution to myself a couple years ago that I was just going to learn a mainline Final Fantasy speedrun. I had been kind of following along with some of the developments that the community had been making, and I thought, okay, this is a really good place to start. And it really has been. I've been running the game now for probably at least a year, probably a little over a year. And it's just been a really, really fun time. So
It's always good when a game you enjoy also has a pretty decent speedrun attached to it. It's, cruise through a fun game over and over again.
absolutely.
Big fan.
Yep.
So I see you've been stealing grenades.
Yes.
What's your plan with those?
So I need exactly 6 grenades for the upcoming boss fight with Tros. And I believe because I got a rare steal on that second steal from that encounter there, I believe I have exactly 6 now. So I am good to proceed to that encounter. And before that, I'm going to have one more forced encounter in this tunnel right here. But I can just attack through. If I was short on grenades, I could also steal from these other piranhas, because as we all know, piranhas always carry a healthy complement of grenades on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Always enjoyed the loot takers in Final Fantasies. They never made sense.
Indeed. One thing I will just mention as well, because I don't think I really drove home this point earlier when we were talking about the cutscene remover, and now that we're, 10 minutes or so into the run, you're kind of just sort of seeing some of that in action. But the game really does, or the cutscene remover mod really does preserve, as much as possible, all of the times when I would be controlling movement of the characters. So anytime there's going to be movement, anytime there's going to be menuing interactions other than just like straight up dialogue, things like that, I will be in control. So it really doesn't cut out any of the core gameplay. And I'm following exactly the same route that I would do if I was doing the 9-hour version of the speedrun as well, because there's no difference there either, except for the fact that some of the tricks that are used in the main speedrun of this game do involve skipping cutscenes, so obviously I don't have to worry about those anymore, which is kind of nice. There's only one trick in this game. It's about 2 hours in, so I will call that out when we get to it. For now, I'm just going to throw grenades at this thing and make sure I don't die. So this might be a good time if we have any announcements to get a little word in from our host here.
Alrighty. Well, first off, just gotta say, man, the HD in this HD remaster is really something. This game looks gorgeous. But just want to remind everyone, we do still have some bid wars open to get some of these names changed for some of our summons coming up here. We got, you can choose a name for Bahamut or Ixion, Valifor. Those are still all open. And if we got any stream snipers, any bid snipers want to come in and steal those away for themselves, now is your chance.
I'll just give everybody a heads up right now as well. The Valifor naming incentive has about less than 10 minutes left.
You heard it, less than 10 minutes.
So if you want to snipe the name for Valifor, you got to donate now. I got to do some swimming for these next couple sections here, so a lot of time in the pool.
I mean, as a blitzball player, it's good to keep your swimming practice up.
Yep, got to get that cardio.
That's right. And we're gonna meet our teammate officially here. This guy.
Hey, it's this way.
Doesn't even point to tell you which way, just this way.
And he's such a jerk too. Just watch this right here. This whole thing was an elaborate ruse.
More cardio.
Yeah. Also, this lagoon is full of piranhas, so kind of rude there, assuming that we were going to be cool with that. So I don't know. He's a bit of a meathead, so what are you going to do?
Waka has moments. Yes.
Yes.
And that was one of them.
Yeah. Waka is certainly a character that exists in this video game.
He is one of them. Yes.
All right, so in this section right here, I'm going to be hoping to get either preemptives or encounters with exactly 2 piranhas. I got neither here, so I'm going to be running away as soon as I get the opportunity to do so. And hopefully, I will be able to do so on the first try. There we go. You have a 75% chance of escaping via that method. every time, if I recall.
We don't get flea for a little while, so.
Nope. But yeah, once we get flu, we won't have to worry about that anymore. But early on, there's a couple of encounters that we will have to run away from like that in solo mode. Although the way the game works mechanically, it's actually advantageous sometimes to still escape, depending on what you're trying to do. Because as long as one character can escape, you won't game over. So. He swam backwards there for a second. That was interesting. Ah. 3 out of 4 times. That was the 4th time, so it makes sense that we failed there. So
You're on the averages.
the math works.
So would now be a good time to talk about the sphere grid.
Maybe in just a second, because we are gonna not do our first sphere grid for a little while.
Just a little
still.
bit? Okay.
Yep. We got a little more like tutorial time going on here. And we're going to have our first temple coming up here as well, too, which is kind of the puzzle system of this game, which when I played this game casually, I think a lot of people similarly kind of got frustrated with some of the puzzles. But now that I've done them all a bunch and I know all the solutions, they're actually really cool. And I really appreciate that the game did kind of put some of these... I don't know. They're not complicated, but they're definitely a little bit more elaborate than anything Square had put into a Final Fantasy game before, and I respect that. I think this was a time when they were sort of taking some influence from games, like maybe Resident Evil, Capcom games, probably Metal Gear Solid by this point, and just sort of thinking about ways to make the player interact with the environment a little bit more. And I think this is sort of where they came up with, or what they came up with, because I know that when I'm like pushing stuff around in the temple puzzles, I definitely feel like I'm Leon Kennedy in a Resident Evil game. So, by the way, this game has tank controls, so if you ever see me just kind of randomly veer off in a regular direction, it's either because the camera switched on me or just my controller decided it didn't want to go in the direction that I thought I was going in. So,
I personally actually really enjoyed the temples. They really knocked it out of the park with the theming, because each temple's for a different summon. And so they did the elemental stuff pretty well, and they tie into the puzzles pretty well. So.
And also,
I was a big fan.
Yeah, and also just the overall story. I think this is really the first Final Fantasy game where they really elevated the importance of the summons to the point where they're really like characters in your party, and they matter to the story in a way that really hasn't happened in a Final Fantasy game before. And I think I haven't watched the most recent trailer, so if I'm wrong about this, I apologize. But I've gotten the sense, looking at Final Fantasy 16, which is coming out this summer, that they are kind of going back to that a little bit and really putting the summons in a very important role in the game. So we'll see how that turns out for them.
I am hopeful, but the way I consume most spoilers is I don't. So.
Yeah, and especially for games that aren't even out yet, it's kind of like, okay, we can speculate. I'm sure there's already like 1,000 YouTube videos about the 2-minute Final Fantasy 16 trailer or whatever that just came out. So let's not worry about it too much. Yeah, what does this mean? But I'm going to go ahead and use this opportunity here while we're waiting and finishing this last temple. Let's go ahead and close that Valfor incentive, and if I could get that name whenever you're ready, Bonnie, I'd appreciate it.
Sure, so we do one last quick refresh here. Looks like Valifor is going to be Prolix.
Hey, I
at
like that.
$41.
Very cool. Shoutouts to
Yeah,
Prolix.
shoutouts to Prolix. Another absolute legend. That is Prolix.
Very good.
Hey, over here.
By the way, for anyone who's curious about the different, there are more Aeons than the ones that we offered to have naming incentives for. Like, for example, the next temple we go to, we're going to get Ifrit. But if all goes well, I will not have to use either Ifrit or Shiva in the run. So I didn't really want to do a naming incentive for a Aeon that wasn't going to be featured in the run at all. So that's why we've got Valfor, Ixion, and Bahamut, because they are very, very useful throughout the run. So you'll get to see them in action. It's great.
So no Mega Sisters %?
No, definitely not. There is no Yojimbo, and nothing like that. So I do have to actually go back into the village of Besaid here really quickly, even though we're all done and we said our goodbyes. But this lady's dog has something that I need. So it dug up Prolix's second level Aeon Overdrive, and that's going to be really useful. So we kind of need to go get that right now. Yep.
Also, good boy.
Yes, the dog did good.
Here comes.
So we're going to have some a couple more tutorial battles here for a second. And what the game is trying to impart in a lot of these tutorial battles, kind of interesting for a truly turn-based game. This was an interesting departure for Square Enix to go back to a truly turn-based game. A lot of the ones before this had used like an ATB system of some sort. And this one is really like the last truly turn-based RPG that they made. And how they kind of manage a lot of that is, you know, Titus is really good against enemies that have like high agility. Waka is really good against flyers. Lulu, who we're going to see in a second here, is the black mage, the magic user, very good against stuff that has physical resistance, like this blob of jello with a brain in it. So
clueless, aren't you?
Everyone loves a good flam.
yes.
Very
Spells
jiggly.
of ice and ice fiends. You
Get a nice caramel sauce on the top there.
This one
You know how to
here
use
is
fire on your flams.
We're actually going to use Thunder on this one because it is a water type Pokemon.
What
Yep.
elemental typing in my Final Fantasy game? Shock.
All right. So at this point, we actually have 4 party members. We are about to go meet our 5th.
In a very angry cutscene that just happened.
Yep.
Ta-da.
And this is Kamari. I actually have to be really careful. It is very easy to die in this fight. I need to either get a crit in these first 4 attacks or I need to dodge twice, and neither of those things has happened so far. So I've got one more chance at a crit here. Oh, there's my crit. Okay, I don't have to do anything now. Very cool. Otherwise, I can potentially die, so much better to not have to think. Always a big fan of not thinking when I'm playing video games, so
Shoutouts to not thinking.
I know.
You too can learn a speedrun and not think through your video games.
But if you do have to think and you remain in not thinking mode, you will die to that fight, and you will be very embarrassed and probably just go start over. So.
Now, if I remember right, like you can also get through it by counting damage values that are and keep kind of a mental track of how on pace you are for doing enough damage.
You can, but then you'd have to do math, and I'm also not big on having to do math in my speedruns.
I mean, yeah, we would prefer not to think.
Yeah, I will try to keep the math to a minimum in this run.
All right.
Shoutouts to not doing math.
Yeah. We're also going to go ahead and summon Prolix here, and we're going to use this forced encounter to build Prolix's Overdrive for the first time. So this would be another really good time for any donations or announcements that you have for us, Bonnie.
Well, let's see how the name's coming along. We still have Bahamut and Ixion open for the naming bid wars here. You know, if you still want to get those in, still want to leave your mark on this run, now is your chance. About how long we have for either of those?
So Ixion's the next one. That's probably about an hour away.
Again, Bahamut's even further off from that.
Bahamut's another like hour or so after that.
Okay,
yeah,
so you still got a bit of time here.
Yep.
If you want to get that in, get it done. Ain't nothing to it but to do it.
That's right.
Just name everything Ixion.
That's right. Actually, that will confuse me horribly later in the run. So I don't know if we want to do that, but we'll see. I also just want to mention for staff, because I know we talked about kind of like a special incentive for this run as well, and I would say if you want to open that at any time, that should be fine because we've met the cutscene incentive. So
I totally won't mention what I bid for names.
Oh, I remember. I know.
there's a lot of very good meme names in the RPG speedrunning community. Do you have a particular favorite, either of you?
The more times we can get 54 on the screen, the better.
I'm always a personal fan of Arby's, just on general principle.
Arby's is a good one. Yep.
Not for any personal attachment, but I just think it's funny.
It is very funny. Also, my characters are doing a very poor job of getting away in this fight. And honestly, starting to get a little bit annoying.
Do a little bit. Yeah. All right, Yuna.
Lulu set a good example for Yuna. There we go.
Excellent mentor.
That's right.
Maybe not such a good guardian because she's running away from the fight and leaving the protectee to be left behind. But
Yep. And then this is kind of like our final exam battle for this area. It's like, okay, do you remember what fights what? It's like rock, paper, scissors. So, and it turns out that yes, we did.
shocking.
Nice, nicely done.
We'll get that a few more times.
Yep.
All right, and now I'm going to do my first sphere grid, which is kind of the level progression system in the game, because equipment that you get only has modifiers. It doesn't have stat of its own. So the only way you actually improve your stats and abilities and stuff is to use the sphere grid. So Maddie, do you want to maybe talk about the sphere grid a little bit?
I will try. I think you kind of did a good overview there, but so as we fight battles and defeat monsters, we're going to get ability points, and that will eventually let us get sphere levels, which will move your cursor for each character on the sphere grid by one place. And then you have access to, more spheres as like wherever your cursor is. And then you can then put orbs or,
Orbs.
I guess more spheres.
Spheres, yeah. Spheres are basically orbs, though.
Basically orbs. We're going to put orbs then into slots that are on the sphere grid that you have access to, and that will finally, at last, either unlock an ability or upgrade your stats in some meaningful way. And we're going to be looking for, on Titus, speed and power and some amount of health, just so we don't get one shot. And Yuna is weird.
Yeah, we'll talk about Yuna a little bit more, because Yuna later in the run will get rather swole, is the way I like to put it. So for now, we're going to do this first fight with the Sin Fin, and it's kind of a two-phase fight. This first fight, we're just sort of hoping that I don't have to watch this upcoming animation more than once. So we'll see how that goes. It's a very scripted fight otherwise.
Nice crunchy bass.
Yes.
Gotta let you know how big it is.
Of course, it's very, very large. Also, there's these goobers on the deck. By the way, do not ever go on a boat ride in a Final Fantasy game. You will not have a good time.
Terrible idea. Especially because they cranked it up when they made 11. Oh.
Yep.
It's as bad as being in a helicopter in an action movie.
We're going to use that energy blast we got back in the village, though. And I need to make sure I point it at the fin, because if I energy blast the deck of the ship, I will kill those 3 little dudes. It will just make 3 more little dudes, and the fight will not end, and I will be very sad. So much better. I also think this is maybe a good time to mention overkills, because I'm going to be trying to also get an overkill on the upcoming boss. But as much as possible, we do try to get overkills in at least the boss fights for this run. Overkills will provide me with double XP as well as double spheres, and sometimes consumable items as well. So it's actually pretty important to the routing of the run that I get overkills on the fights where it's sort of important to do so.
Because we're not taking any random battles that we can, if we can help it. So we need to get experience somewhere.
Spheres more.
Yeah, it's both, but the XP is also very important later on. We will take some random encounters in the next area as well as one other area, but otherwise, for the most part, we are just going to be running from all of the encounters that we will come across. I'm also hoping to get at least one critical hit here, because that'll shorten this fight a little bit. I have not gotten one yet, so we'll see if I get it in kind of the second half here. But
Come on, miss.
this fight's not particularly scary unless all of the little... Oh, there's one crit. I actually need one more if it's Waka. So, Waka, I believe in you. If you get another turn, you might not. I think the next turn is going to be Titus, so... Yeah, it's okay. They're trying their best. They've got a big tournament coming up, so they're a little bit distracted right now.
Yeah, they're on taper.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and use my spiral cut here. But I'm using it specifically at this time because I want to get that overkill right there, so... But yeah, maybe this would be a good time to just kind of talk a little bit about the world of Sphera and maybe some of the characters that we've gotten in our party so far, especially Yuna. So I don't know which of you two would prefer to talk about that, but by all means, go ahead.
I'll let you.
Let's get a little bit of lore. A little bit of lore, not too much lore.
I'm just a nerd. I enjoy counting things.
Oh,
so.
yeah, you can do the math. I'll do the lore. Lore is my specialty. I cut it out of all of my speedruns. So more or less, this is kind of set way in the future from where we arrived, as we've mentioned. So Titus kind of crash-landed here and has met this little ragtag group that are now going to go out on pilgrimage. So Yuna's what's called a summoner, and the summoners are those that can summon the Aeons, and their purpose is kind of go on a pilgrimage to eventually obtain the final Aeon and defeat Sin. Yuna's father has done this, and was the most recent to do this. So she's the High Summoner's daughter and has a big legacy to live up to. Is a person of some importance within this world. All of the companions traveling with her,
Kimari.
Mari, Lulu,
What?
Waka,
Normal.
now
It's a
Titus,
but when Alonso uses-
or I guess Ixion,
Hey!
are called Guardians, and it's their job to protect the summoner. And this causes some conflict with the other summoners that are also on pilgrimage. Yuna's not the only one.
It's kind of a competition for whatever reason.
Yeah, it's who's gonna go get this final Aeon and go be the savior of the world for a period of time. The Sin always comes back.
And there are no allegories in this story at all.
0.
We're going to open up that chest, get the scout item there, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my second sphere grid to obtain Flee, which is the most useful ability in the entire game.
Mix might want to have a word, but I don't think we use much Mix anymore.
We use it a fair amount still, actually. That's a good point. I keep accidentally going all the way out of my menu. There we go. But I am going to fight certain encounters in the woods here, as well as I'm going to do a particular encounter to get the overdrive back for Prolix. But the reason I want to do these fights here is I do want to get a certain amount of XP at this point, and I also want to farm spheres, particularly speed spheres, because those are fairly hard to come by in the run, and this area is a good, easy source of them. I'm also going to go ahead and make a quick detour up here to get this Luck Sphere, because I'm going to actually use that in a mix, which we were just talking about in a little bit. So
We'll get back to Mixes.
Take it easy,
yeah,
huh?
that sounds about right.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
we did meet Riku, but we will not have Riku in our party for quite a while. But I'm going to go ahead and use this encounter to farm the overdrive again for Prolix here. So
Sure.
Please,
So
fight with
while
us.
we're intentionally not counting things, talking about the sphere grid just a little bit more. So the sphere grid is the same for every single character, but where you start in the sphere grid is different depending on what character you have. We're also going to be picking up some special spheres along this route, and they have special properties so it's not just you're slotting in for more strength or speed or whatever. You can say, for instance, teleport to another person and start taking their spheres, which might be useful if you know what you're doing. And well, I think some people have figured that out for us. We're not thinking this run.
when I played this game casually, I had no idea how broken this game could be if you really got around the sphere grid.
Out of my way!
A lot of the reasons why people don't like Kimari is because it's sphere grids didn't make a lot of sense at first look. And if you went in a direction with Mari might end up being a white mage. And that can be a problem.
A white mage that doesn't summon.
Right. But yeah, so every character starts in their own section, and they kind of have a class. It's not, you know, a fixed thing. They can travel wherever, but their particular part of their grid is probably better suited to their playstyle. So like Aura gets a lot of power, Titus gets a lot of speed, Yuna gets a lot of magic.
Yep. And now we're in a boss fight again. If I remember right, this is kind of important.
Yeah, so we're actually going to use this boss fight to, well, first of all, defeat the boss, because of course we're going to defeat the boss. But in the second half of the fight, we're actually going to farm Overdrive again for another important use, maybe about 45 minutes or so from now. So
We won't see Prolix for another 45 minutes.
we won't,
Oh,
but he'll still be with us in our hearts.
always.
Yes.
So you got the overkills on the arms there with the first overdrive. That opened him up, and now you're going to get the overdrive again.
Yep, but I'm not going to use it here. I'm actually just going to cast fire a bunch of times, and that will finish this boss off. This boss is very scripted, and it's very safe just to sit here and cast fire 4 times and let my overdrive fill up again for later. So.
And being immune to poison seems like that's doing some work as well.
Yeah, the fact that the Aeons are immune to most of the status effects in this game is extremely powerful, especially later on when we are leaning heavily on them to defeat certain bosses.
Big fan of that casual play.
All right, so that is another Sin spawn. Those are kind of like parts of Sin that fly off and get in our way on our pilgrimage. So
It's amazing how much mass Sin just shoots off of himself and goes and lands everywhere. All those little bugs, bigger things. Kind of wild.
yeah,
Must eat a lot.
And we get to listen to the Hymn of the Faith for not the last time.
nope. Plays a lot in these places for some reason.
Can't imagine why.
Yep.
Theming.
Yep. But we're doing the Kilika Temple right now, which is definitely one of my favorites. It's hard to pick a favorite, but I do like this one. I always have to say, though, I always joke about this when I'm doing the run, but like, boy, they must go through an awful lot of doors at the Kilika Temple.
Yeah.
Just amazed that the stone catches fire
Yeah, they,
It's magic.
and has rebar inside.
We got time for a quick announcement.
absolutely.
The Who Defeats You Yevon incentive is now open.
Fantastic.
X.
So that is yet another bid war we got for which character you want to see defeat the final boss here. You got everyone's favorite big sword daddy Auron. You get the furry protector with the heart of gold, Kimhari. The black mage Mama with, well, we all like her. Let's just say that. She likes her plushies. We got Lulu. We got Techno Whiz Kid Riku. Got Blitzball enthusiast Waka. And you got our very own summoner with on a journey to save the world, Yuna. Take your pick. Get those donations in. Get your choice rolling. Let's get it done.
Nice. I love those. I absolutely loved your very, very brief descriptions of all the characters too, Bonnie. That was top notch. So, but yeah, if you want to decide who gets the final kill of the run, you can donate for that all the way up till the end of the run. So, hope everybody takes advantage of that, and let's raise a ton of money for Protest Foundation.
Hi, Ifrit.
Yep, that's Ifrit. If all goes well, we will not be summoning Ifrit at all. And now I just have to go ahead and exit the Kilika Woods back the way I came. And I will be, if I get into any more fights with the little lizards or the bees, I will be taking them out, but not these awful things. So no, these things are
I
terrible.
won't go so easy on you next time.
But now we have flee, so we can just flee from every battle. It's great.
And Titus is a speedy boy, so he probably goes first most times.
Most times. Yuna is deceptively fast, and I think there's a little bit of a random element, especially early on in the run, where a lot of times Yuna will get to go first,
I'll be right
which
back.
is fine, but you just have to be careful not to, you know, accidentally summon Prolix when you don't mean to and have to sit through that animation, so.
I never did that ever.
No, never.
Not even once.
Nope. Boy, okay, well, I'm glad I got all those.
You can scream more if you.
Glad I got all those nice fights on the way in, because I did not get anything on the way out, which is fine. I may have to do some extra kills a little bit later on in a kind of scary and dangerous area, but we'll just see how it goes. More on that later. For now, we're just going to go ahead and get back on the boat for some reason, even though we were kind of like a big old target last time we were on the boat, so.
Yeah, we may or may not have flooded an entire village with our last boat trip.
I mean, you do what you got to do to get to the Blitzball tournament. So, this is Awaka, by the way.
Hey,
he is.
Awaka.
Oh, okay, hold on. Just picked the wrong option.
Make
there.
it up.
I need to give him a certain amount of. We'll call it seed money, so that he gives me a really good sword later on. But in the meantime, he's a pretty shady businessman. So,
Yep.
I don't want to give him any more than I have to.
We're good venture capitalists. We just invest early in the Awaka business franchise. And,
Yes.
You can't do it, kid.
One note here. This is specific to the cutscene remover, but the speed run of this game does not need the eject shot, which is what this cutscene is all about. So the way they had to code the cutscene remover is if you get the eject shot, if you succeed in getting the eject shot, you actually crash the cutscene remover because it doesn't know what to do with that cutscene. So we deliberately fail, and now we're good.
You can't do it, kid.
We can't do it. It's too bad. But it does. I do get a certain amount of satisfaction every time that Blitzball just goes like boinking off of his face.
It's time.
right.
Almost.
It's almost time for Blitzball. So all the Blitzball fans in the house start getting ready to cheer hard for the Besaid Aurochs. But first, we have to. Yuna has to get kidnapped for the first of many, many times in this game.
We are very bad guardians.
Can we put a freaking bell on her or something? Seriously. We're actually looking for Auron right now because Auron kind of disappeared when we got flung into the future, and Auron is the only person that Titus actually knows in Spira, supposedly.
Supposedly.
So we're trying to figure that out. Also, his dad might be here, which is a little weird. We'll find out more on that later.
About that, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, it occurs to me that the Elbed might be Team Rocket in this game. They keep showing up with, some different mechanical contraption to, try and steal Yuna.
That's true. Doesn't usually go very well.
Every single time the machine blows up and they have a hard time with it.
Yep. Yeah, so we got some pretty heavily scripted fights here. We're just going to try to mainly leverage the fact that Lulu can one-shot these with her Thunder Spell. And just try to defend the rest of the time. Hopefully, none of our characters will end up in any bad shape health-wise, because that will waste a little bit of time on the back end. But we'll just see how this next section goes here. We got three encounters like that, and the third one's kind of like a chain encounter as well. So this is the second of three here. It's also very confusing because we're playing the Elbed Blitzball team right now. The first match of the tournament is going on, and it's actually the semifinals. So if we win, we're in the championship. But we're playing the Elbeds, so there's like this idea that the Elbed are actually trying to keep. They're actually trying to blackmail our team into losing the Blitzball game, which doesn't make a ton of sense. But I think they're pretty much just happy kidnapping Yuna. Honestly, it's like their thing that they do.
I mean, they got Ixion out of the Blitzball arena, so it could work.
That's true.
Ixion's a pretty good Blitzball player.
Yeah, but like we weren't gonna make it to that game anyway. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, fair.
maybe the second half. And also the Besaid Blitzball team, they sort of joke about this. They've never won a game. So, like,
They're very bad.
the idea that you would need to blackmail them into losing just seems a little bit unnecessary, to be completely honest.
Oh, but they made it to the semifinals.
We did make it to the semifinals on basically a technicality, so I don't like the fact that Lulu's at this low health right now, so I'm going to go ahead and just drop a quick potion on her just to be safe here.
One thing I always enjoy in a lot of the Final Fantasy games is like we're in this busy city, right? We had a cutscene earlier where we got to see all the crowds and all the fans. We're like on an actively working dock right now. And so we're just going to fight combat and not see a single soul through this entire stretch. No one's in danger. Nothing bad's happening.
There are no police.
Yeah.
Just you know, you can just get randomly attacked by robots, and no one's going to do anything about it.
That's just life in Luca. That's where we are. We're in Luca.
Yep.
Okay, so I did manage to get the sphere grid levels I need to do my next sphere grid here, which is really good because that's going to give me access to the haste spell before this next fight.
It's good.
And I'm going to go ahead and get a couple other things here as well. I'm going to go ahead and just heal my character. That is it. Danger health there, and sort my items. And now I'm on to the Obliterator fight, which is it's basically a training dummy that is going to fling blitzballs at us. But we're going to sort of bypass the fight, and we're just going to use this crane instead, which is a pretty amusing. It's a pretty amusing fight the way it works out. So.
Yeah. Good capacitors in that crane to be able to just take thunders and then charge.
Yeah,
electricity in this game doesn't make a lot of sense. But
it's like static electricity or something. Just don't worry about it.
Then we get to rescue Yuna so she can continue to collect all of the summons and be the best like no one ever was.
That's right.
Yep.
And Titus apparently is the only one that knows how to use the crane because he's from the Machina land. Yeah. Yeah, these are Machina, by the way. Waka hates Machina. That's really the only thing you need to know about Waka. He loves Blitzball and hates Machina. So
I mean, there's a whole religion around it.
that's true. I am going to go ahead and try to manipulate a drop here, if possible. So I'm going to defend with Kamari, and I'm going to finish the fight off with Lulu and Titus. Part of how the drops are determined in this game is the character that you have who kills the enemy has a much higher chance to get a drop that they can equip. And I did technically get a drop. Actually, that was for Kamari, so it didn't matter in that case. But by giving Titus the killing blow, we are maximizing potentially getting a lightning steel weapon, which would have been really helpful for the post-Blitzball fights that are coming up here. But anyway, we didn't get it. That's okay. It is time for Blitzball, everyone.
Blitzball.
Are you ready for some Blitzball? Let's go.
Teach me, Blaze.
Okay, Blitzball in the speedrun is actually kind of interesting. By the way, I did not realize you could win this match when I played this game casually. You just get annihilated by... we're playing the Luca Goers right now. They're like the New York Yankees of Blitzball. That is the wrong character, so I will need to work on that. We need Titus to take exactly one action here so that he levels up and can learn the sphere shot.
Very important.
So we're going to go ahead and make sure that he does that here. But that's really the only thing I have to do in the first half other than not get scored on. So far so good there. And if all goes well here... Oh, no, he did aggro me. That's fine.
It's fine. There's a little bit of time lost. Not
Yep.
dangerous yet.
Abus is a good scorer, but he's a very bad defender, so we will pick on him a little bit during this section.
Nice.
But yep, I've cleared the aggro, and now we are just gonna put the controller down and wait for the first half to run out. So, Bonnie, this is a great time for any announcements that you have for us.
Oh my goodness, we have those donations rolling in now.
Let's keep that up. Yeah, let's
yeah.
go.
we have $5 from, guess who? This doesn't look like Kid Icarus. Good luck feeding Kyle to the Soul Cannon. We also have a $35 anonymous donation. Just says, thank you, VGMCon. Yes, thank you, VGMCon, for hosting us for yet another year. Can't wait to do it again. We also got some, got not one, but two $20 donations from our very own Rocket. That is $40 in total. Thank you so much, dude. $30 donation from Cubs Rule 21. Also no comment. Thank you, thank you. $2 donation from Zojulik Suffering 2023. He's not even here anymore, but thank you nonetheless. $2 from Mokomichi USA from the Japanese Restream. Thank you so much again. You have been on a roll here, I tell you. As well as $5 from Lulu's #1 stan. I, for one, appreciate Lulu's affection for plushies and totally nothing else.
Also, awesome fashion choice, fashion sense. But yeah, plushies and fashion.
All right.
Yep.
Now let's have her take down you, Yevon.
Nice. Yeah, I want to see that bid war really heat up for
Absolutely.
For who defeats you, Yevon. That'll be good. So, thank you for all those donations too. That was a lot of familiar names, a lot of folks who ran in the event or have been helping out on the volunteer side as well. So, thank you so much, everybody. Let's keep them coming too.
Yeah, those bid wars are coming along.
Oh, we're just at halftime. It's all good.
Yeah, let's just keep on getting those donos in. You know, if you're Lulu's truly #1 stan, you're gonna have to do a little bit better. 'Cause it looks like Yuna is in the lead right now by quite a large margin, actually. As well as still have the names for Bahamut and Ixion. Those are still open, and we still have an opportunity to snipe that if you want to leave your mark on this run. Yeah, but those are coming along nicely, gotta say.
You'll love to see it.
Love to see it.
I've been getting very good RNG so far on the Blitzball run, other than Abus kind of being, he's a little bit of a go-getter today, so I'm having to kind of shake him a little more than I normally do. But the good thing is the scary characters on the Luca side have not actually touched the ball yet, which is, oh my goodness. Abus, please. We're trying to kill some more clock here, and then we're going to try to let Titus get a score right before the 3-minute mark, because at the 3-minute mark, Waka kind of comes out and does like a last hurrah, because this is going to be his last ever Blitzball tournament. So what we really want to do is we really want to score right around that 3-minute mark, and then just eat clock other than that. So we're doing pretty good here other than all of the aggro, I would say. This is actually a good formation for them to be in, so I'm just going to wait a few more seconds here, and then I'm going to go ahead and make my move. Oh, they just broke it. That's okay, that happens sometimes.
Draw some aggro.
Yep, we'll get Abus coming back this way. Oh, they really packed it in there. Oh boy.
That's dangerous.
This is going to be interesting.
Very exciting.
Yeah, we'll see if I can get, the other defender there is Balgurda. I want to try to draw her down.
Quite dangerous as well.
Yeah, Balgurda can actually get the ball away from me. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna, okay. Oh, this is not ideal. We'll see how it goes though.
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna get the shot off. I got a bad roll, so this is probably not gonna go in. No, it's definitely not gonna go in. Okay, well, Waka's gonna get a chance to be the hero today.
All right, Waka.
So if that had gone in, that would have actually been great, because it would have gone right in as the time was running out, so.
All right, we'll lose the space.
Don't say that, I haven't lost one yet. Nope, okay, we're
Just
good.
had to not jinx it.
You had to reverse jinx it, I appreciate that, yep. So similar strats to what I was trying to do before. I'm gonna go ahead and get the ball over here to Jasu, and we're just gonna kill time for a little bit. Hopefully Abus will stay way away. That would be great, actually. I'm going to kind of try to camp. Yeah, I'm going to try to manipulate his AI to kind of be way over there for a while. And I'm just going to wait about another probably 20 seconds or so here. All right, we're going to go now. We're going to try to draw Velgerda down again. Okay, that's actually a really nice pocket there.
All right, Waka, you trained your entire life for this.
Okay, Waka, this is all you now. Let's go, buddy. No pressure.
No pressure, Waka.
He shoots, he scores. Let's go.
The legend.
All right, now I just have to not get scored on for about 20 seconds, which should be pretty safe. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to go ahead and set the defense the way I want to here. It actually looks like they are not really going to do... Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
They're not even going to shoot the ball. All right, so now absolutely the most stressful part of the run is behind us now. So, whew. All right, we got through Blitzball, and we got the win. If we don't get the Blitzball win, I do not get that Strink Sphere. And I have to do a bunch of alternate routing for about the next 90 minutes of the run. So very, very happy that we got the win there. And now we're going to be fighting a bunch of... The victory celebration apparently in Luca is... it's like bees. Yeah. You get Sahagins, and you get Sahagins. And we're going to swim... Everybody gets Sahagins, but especially these two. So we're just going to be fighting Sahagins for a little while. Bonnie, if you want to read off some donations or announcements, this would be a great time.
Sure. We got another $10 donation from Cubs Rule 21. What's it take to get a shot clock implemented in Blitzball? I agree.
They're definitely going to change the rules for next season.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I see we've passed 3,500 on the donation total, so keep that up, everyone. That's amazing.
Let's go. There's a lot of time left in this run. This is about a 3.5-hour run, so.
I believe in you.
We just added up all our Twitch revenue and our revenue from our bits. That brings our total up. That was a $356.27 from that.
Amazing.
From staff, thank you all for an amazing marathon. This would not be possible without all our runners, volunteers, and staff helping everything run smoothly. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. I think a lot of that came from that fantastic crowd control run last night from Cubs Rule 2. So definitely go check that VOD out later on after the marathon if you missed that one.
I don't know. Cubs seem to have something against the tank crew on that run. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Every little bit helps, especially for such a good cause. The Protest Foundation, they've been on site for most of this weekend, and it's honestly, for me, whenever you can actually interact with the charity and get to meet the people in person who are doing the work that we're all donating for, it really adds an extra level of meaning to that, and being able to see them visible around the event, see one of the actual Ukrainian refugees here that has benefited from everything that they've done has really been amazing. So
Yeah.
I also screwed up the beginning of this fight, so let's get this back on the rails here. Very good. I just have to get haste on Orin, because Orin's got a lot more hit points than everybody else, and this thing is a bit of a sponge, so.
Otherwise, Orin's pretty slow as well.
That is true. That is not the character I wanted to use that potion on, but it's fine. Alright, it's okay. I have one more potion.
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. Waka's probably going to die, but that's fine.
he accomplished the one thing he needed to in life, and that is to score a blitzball goal.
Yes, he already won, so he's already a winner in our hearts. I'm actually going to, if it gives me, if I need another turn here, which I might. Okay, good dodge. I'm actually going to use Dark Attack here just for safety. Oh, it also killed it. Okay, cool.
All right.
That was just going to protect me from one more Sonic Wings, potentially, so we're good.
Waka remains the legend.
Waka is just firing on all cylinders today.
Very rare.
Yeah. Maybe he won't be a jerk later on. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I doubt it.
He would never believe in Waka.
He'll really come through as a champion of all people. You know, including Albed.
Yep.
They are also people. So
Bastion of tolerance he is.
Yes. But yeah, for now, I'm actually just kind of running to the cutscene that you all donated for. So get ready for that. It's going to be coming up here in just a minute. And again, thank you for all the donations for that. It was $500 raised just to watch this one cutscene in a cutscene remover run. And that is really cool. We'll talk a little bit more about the cutscene maybe afterwards, and I definitely have some thoughts on this cutscene. I'm sure I'm not the only one, so.
Got to warm up the belly laugh a little here.
Yeah.
I have many thoughts on this cutscene.
Let's just let's take it all in here.
Hey, watch.
Hey, you got pretty good.
You sound sad.
Am I muted?
Yeah, maybe.
Want to scream?
I really don't think that's gonna help this time.
You know what? It's embarrassing to say this myself, but summoners and their guardians are kind of like Spira's ray of light. A lot of people in Spira depend on us. I learned to practice smiling.
Personally, I would like to
When
see
I'm
some
feeling
audience
sad, you know.
participation in this cutscene. So when I give the signal, everyone just
I know
give your
it's hard.
heartiest belly laugh.
Yeah.
Also, I apologize for
understand.
that. Logistically, was not thinking
Thank.
about where things were going to be, but
Right.
we're good now.
Now let's see what you can do.
Huh?
Come on.
Here it comes.
Wait for it.
Oh, he's getting there.
This is weird.
It sure is.
Next, try laughing out loud.
What?
Come on, show me.
Big breath.
You probably shouldn't laugh anymore.
Come on, Yuna, join in.
Yes.
I hope everyone enjoyed that. It's still going, but
Yeah, they're actually laughing.
now they're doing real laughing.
idea.
I don't know. I love shouting laughs for Valkyrie.
Thank you. I want my journey to be full of laughter.
Okay.
If we should get separated, just whistle. I'll come running. I promise.
Well, let's go.
I promise there's some character development happening here too.
What are you looking at?
We were just worried you guys might have gone crazy.
Sorry. Well then, all right. Now,
Okay, that was the cutscene. Thank you, everybody.
$500 well spent.
Yes, very, very nicely done again. Thank you. And thank you for all the participation as well. Bonnie, you have a wonderful laugh.
Why, thank you.
Also, that whistle.
That one looks slow.
I'm really looking forward to when
No way.
that gets revealed later.
Yeah.
What?
Gotta get that payoff for that story moment.
Yeah. I think I'll just kind of generally say regarding that cutscene that speedrunning this game and spending a lot more time with it has actually really made me appreciate Yuna's character, probably a lot more than Titus or any of the other characters in the game. And the whole idea behind that cutscene is Yuna does not want she wants the journey to be happy, and she wants the experience to be a positive one for everybody involved. And she is so committed to the friends that she has around her and is thinking about them. In a scenario where she knows, we don't necessarily know this yet, we'll learn this later on, but she knows that she's going to her death in this game.
I did gloss over that in the story to date.
Yeah, spoiler alert, Yuna's supposed to die as part of the final summoning. But yeah, and just the fact that she knows this and cares so deeply about her friends and the people around her to, I guess, encourage them to put a smile on their face even though things are difficult, maybe is just really cool. And I really love and appreciate that about Yuna. So that's my thoughts on that cutscene. I don't know what you two think.
She's such a quietly strong.
Live and let live.
And it's good to see that it's not just. Because everyone was always kind of pointing to Orin in your casual playthrough, like he's the cool guy, he's the strong one, he's the veteran.
He's the dad.
He's the dad.
Yeah.
Right? And it's just like, well, yes, but he's gone through this, he knows what's happening. Yuna's doing the exact same thing, but in her own way. And it's
I'll be right back.
cool to see.
So, in addition to the memes and the laughter and all that, hopefully it's a little bit sentimental to me as well, I guess. So,
Yep.
I won't go so easy.
we're
on
on
you
the
next
high
time.
road then.
we are now on the Mihen High Road, yes.
Is there anything notable about this area?
There's one thing that I have to do in this area, and I actually was already able to do it. I did need to lancet a bomb for the self-destruct Ramso Rage. And I was actually very fortunate to get that early on. So now I just have to hope I don't get ambushed by a nasty
I'll be
pack
right
of
back.
monsters and die. So
Always a real chance at this point because we're starting to get a little underleveled.
yes, yeah, we're not taking encounters at this point. I'm gonna do kind of like a level set in the
be right
next
back.
area after this. But for now, yeah, we're just very underleveled, and if I take a really bad ambush, or if I'm not paying attention, and because a lot of times these enemies will be able to kind of take a pot shot before I can flee as well. That thankfully hasn't happened yet too much. So yeah, it can be very easy to die in this area. if
I
you're
won't go
not
so
paying
easy on you
attention.
next time.
And also the fact that I'm not using seed manipulation. If I was using seed manipulation, I would know what encounters were coming up, and I would know, like, oh, okay, I got to be really careful on this next one because it's going to be an ambush. And, it's an ambush, yeah.
An okay run.
This one's fine. Yeah, there's one really, really scary one in the next area that we'll see if we get it, but hopefully not.
Live and let live.
But yeah, when you're playing this game with the RNG fix mod on, which is what I'm doing, that foreknowledge is out the window. It could be anything at any time, and we're just gonna hope for the best. So
Don't break any bones, old man.
I'm also really glad that I got that
I
bomb
won't go so
early
easy on you
because
next time.
when I was doing my practice run earlier today, on that first screen, I actually got 3 bombs in a row, and I was like, oh no, I'm gonna use up all my bombs now, and then I won't have any for the actual run. So very glad, because that is a hard requirement that you get that self-destruct in this area. So.
I'll be right back.
All right, so we are through the first part of the Mi'ihen High Road. Now we have a boss fight coming up, which is a little bit strange.
It's a weird one.
It's a little bit of a weird one for the speedrun, so we'll get to that in just a second here after we get our first key sphere, which we'll talk about later.
Yep. Important.
And a nice assortment of items from he who cannot be seen at this point. Oh shoot, forgetting his name.
Rin?
Rin, yes, thank you. Now we're going to fight the Chocobo Eater. You do not have to win this fight, and it's actually much faster to lose it. So we're actually going to haste the enemy and let him punch us a bunch. So here we go. And once he does this twice, the fight will be over. So we're hoping that we'll get that again at the next possible opportunity. Which we are not, so please hurry. There we go, thank you. He is an ugly mother.
Yeah, the double tongues always bothered me.
Yeah, agreed.
Looks so pleased with himself, though.
He is, yeah. He's living his best life.
Yeah. Gotta make the monsters happy.
Getting some Kentucky Fried Chocobo there, so.
The best
I'll be right
chickens.
back.
Yes. No Chocobos were harmed in the making of the speedrun. Because we removed the cutscene where he's like...
The chocobo gets harmed.
Yeah, yeah. Although the Chocobo itself actually escapes too, so... If there is any Chocobo eating going
I'll
on,
be right
it's
back.
not on stream, so... No worries there. See, they're fine. Look at them.
Yeah, look at them happy.
Yeah, they're all very happy.
Just a reminder to the audience, chocobos are friends, not
I won't
food.
go so easy on you next time.
Kentucky Fried Chocobo.
Yeah, Cletus. Shoutouts to VG Cats. That's a deep cut for anybody from way back in the day. If you get that reference, you can be my friend.
Was
I
a
won't go so
profile
easy
picture
on you
for a
next
long
time.
time.
I had the shirt.
Nice.
Okay, so we're out of the mostly scary areas, at least in terms of getting ambushed, because we're going to upgrade our weapon after this area, and that will help us with the ambushing thing, which is a very scary thing for this kind of early middle part of the run. And then after that, it's random encounters really aren't scary anymore, so... This is the Mushroom Rock Road.
Good job on that cutscene skip.
Yes, thank you. There is an
Very well done.
There is an actual cutscene skip. There's actually been 2 of them in this area. This is the scary encounter, by the way. If it's an
Watching we,
ambush,
Crusaders.
you will probably die.
Get Gordon.
Get gored. Oh, I still might die. Oh,
Orin survives.
Orin's the champ. Okay, good job, Orin. All right, I'm right by the zone. It's fine.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna heal because they all have 1 hit point, but no, we're good. Now we're just healed there. So, okay, I have a lot to do on this screen, and it's gonna get fairly intense for me. So I'm gonna trust my commentators to kind of take over and talk at least a little bit about what all has to get done in this area. So,
Sure. I think between the two of us, we can muddle our way through.
Summon the required knowledge from the depths of our brains.
So, I think, what is it? We're trying to get overdrives built up through this section here. We don't want to take too many encounters, because then that'll kill us. Are we still hunting for any spheres?
we will need extra fights for XP, not necessarily for spheres, but the spheres will be a nice side benefit. I will clean up on spheres later on. But yeah, I have to get a certain number of levels for unit in this area, or the run will fall apart afterwards. So
Yeah.
this is kind of like step 1 right here.
And really, this entire area is just in preparation for a big set-piece sequence at the end. And so that's going to get very involved very quickly, and so this is just doing a lot of prep work and trying not to die.
I'm also going to be doing a pretty involved sphere grid here, so I'm going to go ahead and get a bunch of hit points on Kamari, because that combos very nicely with self-destruct.
Spoilers.
Yes, self-destruct will be happening soon. Waka is not strong enough, so we need to get him a little bit of strength here. And
Important to
then
throw a
Yuna,
blitzball well.
yes, very much so. Yuna just needs a whole bunch of magical stats at this point.
Yuna needs all the stats.
We'll work on some of her other non-magical stats later, but for now she just needs a bunch of magic stat. Alright, so phase 1 is getting those levels, and then phase 2 is going to be getting back to... getting Yuna to 3 sphere levels, as well as recharging Prolix's overdrive again. So we'll focus on that first, hopefully, and then we'll see how many more fights we're going to need to get Yuna the correct number of sphere levels.
You want some of this?
This is a good fight, so
Yep.
as long as nothing bad happens here, okay, we should be good.
And so, by having someone take a turn within the battle, they are eligible to receive experience from that battle, so that we don't start with them in the initial formation, because then we want to be able to have the ability to flee, like with Titus, but then swap them out to Yuna, so then she can get the experience from the battle.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Thank you for mentioning that. These are stronger monsters, so need to follow this sequence exactly here. Otherwise, poor Prolix will die, and then we'll not get overdrive.
Yep. And then we'll find a save point to revive it and start all over again.
Yeah, but we're good. This will get us some XP, but I don't think it's going to get us 3 levels on Yuna. So we're probably going to need 1 more fight. So I'm going to actually keep this party the same, because I can pick off individual monsters, and then I will get XP just for those. And those raptors are kind of the ones I want to do. So we'll defend, attack, and then bring in Titus.
Miss me? Live and let live!
To flee, because that is his most special ability, running away. And I believe I got it, so I'm good now. I can just hold this formation till the end. And I'll just run to the next zone now. So that really wasn't particularly bad. Could still get a nasty ambush or something here, but barring that, we should be good for this next section. So we have accomplished all of the things that I needed there.
So should we start talking about the set pieces coming up here?
Absolutely, I think that would be great.
All right, so we're going to have
Live and let live!
a big showdown with Sin, that everyone has been marshaling their forces and the Forbidden Machina and all these kinds of things to try and defeat Sin once and for all out using a summoner. And this is going to go about as well as you'd expect, and we have to save the day. I forget if we have to fight Seymour here.
Seymour is actually going to help us.
He's going to help
for
us,
once. Yeah. I did get an ambush there, which was more slow than anything else.
I know he's involved. Just he's vaguely sinister appearance. He's only going to come into effect later. For now, he's a good guy.
He's definitely questionable, I would say. I wouldn't go so far as to call him a good guy yet.
He's a summoner.
He's not actively trying to kill us.
Yes, that's a better way. Or marry us. Yeah.
Yeah. A summoner in the employ of the church, not on pilgrimage.
Yes.
Pull away, damn it!
Yeah, for if you're watching the game
I won't go
with
so easy
all
on
of
you
the
next
cutscenes
time.
in the lore, we meet Seymour at the Blitzball tournament, and then he just kind of joins us in this part of the pilgrimage, and it's very clear that he is sort of taking a special liking to Yuna, but his true intentions are definitely unclear for a while still.
But definitely does not have bad guy vibes.
Oh no,
Not
or hair.
Or hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to this guy just to get a little bit of extra kill.
The spikes are for aerodynamics, so he can take his turn faster in battle.
That explains it.
Did you know that 80% of stats are made up?
All right, I'm a little nervous here. Yeah, this is a little scary. Let's see how this goes. Okay, we're good.
Safe.
And Ixion will fight another day.
Yes. Okay, so we have gotten through. That is the last really like scary map that I have to go through. So we've got another menuing and shopping sequence coming up, and then we'll be on to that big fight that Maddie was just talking about, or I'm sorry, Surly was just talking about.
No, Maddie.
Okay. Well, I was told that Surly you were the lore person, so
Well, yeah.
it's all good.
We're the two-headed giant.
Nope. Both of you are doing a fantastic job. So
We're,
thank
we're
you very
completely
much.
interchangeable with each other.
I don't know if I agree with that.
I wear my hat front ways. He wears it back ways.
Ah, okay.
Yep. Kind of got like the light goatee on there, so I'm the evil twin.
There, yep.
Monopolies are correct.
Waka's really hitting his stride here. We're gonna sell the elixir, as you previously talked about in your last
Truly a
run.
Final Fantasy
Your
run.
fantastic Crisis Core run, by the way. That was a really good run. Sell a bunch of stuff here. And I'm going to buy this Sentry. And what the Sentry does is that is going to now... I will no longer get ambushed for the entire rest of the run. So enough said about that.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and give Yuna 3 more magic and 3 more agility. You might be wondering why I didn't do that earlier. The reason why I didn't want to give Yuna 3 more agility while I was still in that last area is if I had done that, she would have gotten the first turn
Always.
every time, and I would not have been able to flee as quickly. So, all right.
Part 1.
This is a very scripted fight, so I just need to make sure I do everything exactly right. We're going to bring in Orin to power break, otherwise this thing will punch us to death.
Yep.
Power
And this
break
is a
hit, which is
giant sin spawn.
Yep. It's kind of like a I don't even know what the word is.
Conglomeration.
Conglomeration, yes. Yeah, we're going to have Kamari come in and do the self-destruct here. Did not get a crit, which is fine. It's just going to make the fight a little slower, potentially. And this is probably going to look familiar to folks who have been paying attention for the first part of the run. We're going to bring Prolix in and use Energy Blast.
What?
You will notice the damage number to be quite a bit higher, and that is because of all the magic stat that we pumped into Yuna during this last sequence, so...
And since we didn't quite mention it, it does do hit every enemy on the field if you hadn't seen that before. And so it broke all of the body parts, or pretty much all of them. I think there might be one left.
Nope, just the main body at the
Just the
moment.
main body, okay.
Hands, the arms may regenerate. We'll see here. We did get... Nope, they did not. And one more energy blast will finish off phase 1 here.
Prolix is quite agile. Dodge quite a bit.
That was very, very impressive, yeah.
Good overkill.
Good overkill.
Now we're going to go to phase 2. Seymour has joined us, and Seymour is going to help. And by help, I mean just do the fight.
Yeah. Seymour's a pretty solid black mage in addition to being a summoner.
You know, and again, not actively trying to kill us, which
not
is a bonus.
Really? What? He's just trying to impress Yuna at this point.
Yep.
I'm pretty convinced.
Look how powerful I am, Yuna. You should join me.
You should date me.
Look how spiky my hair is.
Look how flowy my robe.
I work on this for an hour every day.
Part guado, though, so I think it just grows like that.
Oh, it's natural, isn't it? Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Naturally occurring hair gel.
Yep.
You heard it here first.
Envious. Especially when you like get it to grow both like in both directions there, so you can get like the double spike.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, we're only using Thundara because it has the fastest cast animation of any of the spells, so...
No actual weakness to hits.
Nope.
All right.
And that is the Sin Spawn GUI fight.
And big beautiful cutscene.
And the level 1 key spheres.
Yeah, this is a pretty tragic cutscene when you're playing the game for the first time. I won't spoil it, but yeah, it's got big all is lost energy.
I will say chocobos do get harmed.
Not visibly, but implied.
Very implied, yeah.
Very much everything gets harmed.
Yeah.
So, because Sin just be like that.
Sin do be angry like that. Has attacked several boats already.
Chooses
Yeah.
violence.
Always.
Don't be like Sin.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and do a little more sphere gridding here because we did just get a boatload of XP from that last fight.
Boss fights are good for that. I do like in how, like the early and mid game here, you're consistently leveling up everybody, you know, getting the party more powerful kind of as a whole, and that doesn't hold true for the rest of the round.
Nope. The fights get fewer. There's fewer and fewer turns in the fights as the game goes on.
Yep.
So there's one. We talked about the bomb in an earlier area and how I needed to lance it self-destruct from that. I need to find a basilisk in this area to learn Stone Breath from. Otherwise, I cannot progress the run. So we're going to be rooting for
Good RNG.
good basilisk. Don't be shy, basilisk.
More random encounters. Come on, you can do it. More random encounters.
The right random encounter.
More random encounters.
Whoops, that's fine.
We're going to invoke the law of large numbers here. It'll happen.
Yeah. Just have more, and it will exist.
I should have 2 more. There they are. Okay, good. I was getting a little nervous there. Okay, so now we are good to proceed. Which is nice, because in one of my last practice runs, it took like 9 encounters to find a basilisk here. And
Okay.
when you're normally running through here, you'll get either 4 or 5, so basically double. All right, and now we are coming up to my personal favorite temple, which is the Josei Temple. This is the home of Ixion, so just a heads up. We got a few minutes here, but this is, I'm going to say this is your last call to get donations in for the Ixion name. So let's go ahead and get on that.
The clue.
So what makes this your favorite, Blaze? Is it the electricity? Is it the summon at the end?
I think the thing I like about this is, and we'll get to it in a second, but this is the first of the temples where the game really takes something that it taught you earlier and sort of turns it on its head and actually makes it sort of required to progress through the to actually solve the puzzle.
Sure.
And it's really, really annoying when you have to first do this and don't realize that the game is
Trolling you a bit?
really kind of trying to trick you a little bit. But once you figure it out, it's actually like, oh, that's kind of cool that they made you do that. And I'll get to it in a second. I don't want to say it yet, but but I like the idea also of just sort of using the electricity to sort of charge up and get like a supercharged sphere, which is what we're doing right here. So that's also kind of cool. Because up till this point, it's basically just been about sort of like clearing barriers, I would say. There hasn't really been a ton of actual puzzle solving. This is the first one that's really puzzling in a meaningful way, I would say.
There are more slots than there are spheres, and so there's actual choice and trial and error to be had.
Yep. So I had to use the charged up sphere on this door to open it, because a normal sphere wasn't powerful enough to do it. It didn't have the correct volts or watts or something. I don't know.
Energy.
It didn't have the correct amount of energy, yes.
When in doubt, reduce it to joules.
Yep.
Hooray for standard units.
And now we are going to, I guess this works to create a walking path for ourselves, or like a jumping path.
Sure. Yeah, that's
I
how you
would not
stabilize
trust that.
electricity.
That does not look OSHA approved.
No. It's fine. We're wearing stone boots, so don't worry about it. just going to mention, I know we got the host back now. I just want to mention we do need to close the Ixion incentive now, so.
Gotcha.
Got just a second here. But yeah, we do need to go ahead and name the Thunder Unicorn soon.
Nice.
This is the thing I really like about this. So we're not ready to progress yet. And the only way that you can progress is you have to actually use the reset tile, which basically till now you've only been told, okay, use this if you screw up. But here you actually have to use it strategically to bring that bridge back so that I can get the 2 orbs off of it and finish solving the puzzle here to progress. So I just think that's a really cool twist.
Yeah.
I got that name ready whenever you need it.
Okay. We'll get it in just about maybe
All
30
right.
seconds here. Thank you. It also really just kind of hammers home this symbol that we just had to illuminate as well, which is kind of like the Yu Yevon symbol, trademark Yu Yevon 2002.
Yep.
And really, we'll start seeing that a lot more noticeably as the game goes along too. So
Symbolism.
yes, the all-seeing eye with wings. One more push here.
That pillar is taking way too long to find in the casual player.
The one on the left is kind of obscured for sure. I guess they kind of both are, depending on which side you start on.
And with the camera not being able to be controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Bonnie, I will take that Ixion name now if you got it.
All right. It looks like the winner of the Ixion naming bid war is Kanipan from the Japanese Restream. I believe
Okay.
they are commenting right now.
Okay.
That is Kanipan.
That look good?
They do have a lowercase k. I'm not sure if that matters.
Let's do that.
All right.
We got time.
Yeah.
Thank you for the donations and also shout outs to the Japanese Restream. I hope that you are enjoying the run.
Yeah, they threw another $3 at us. From say now Japanese Restream is being commentated by Kanipan and Hiroshige. Oh my God, I'm so sorry if I butchered that.
That's okay.
You guys are awesome. You've been giving it socks this whole marathon. Shout outs to our Japanese Restream.
Yeah. And specifically, shout outs to Hiroshige, who I believe is the current world record holder, or second place for the various PC categories for this game. So, an amazing Final Fantasy X runner in their own right. And thank you for doing commentary for my run. That really means a lot to me.
So
All right.
we have gotten the lightning unicorn.
Yes.
I think it might be time. I don't know. Is Yuna getting kidnapped again?
Not yet. Yuna, there's like an OSHA sign, like you know, 1 hour since last Yuna kidnapping. That's about to go back down to 0, yeah. But we got to kind of run through this next area first. Not much to say about this area. There's a lot of monsters. We have the sentry now. Orin has got the sentry equipped. Yes, and he is in the party. Just wanted to double check that. So I will not get ambushed anymore.
I won't go so easy on you
And
next time.
I will occasionally get maybe a little bit of attack. Like I might have 1 or 2 monsters attack me for just a little bit of damage, but not anything that I'm scared about. So.
Fight. I'll be right back.
Do you like all of the little color commentary that happens during battles between the characters?
I won't
If
go
they-
so easy on you next
The
time.
shouts.
The
Yeah.
shouts.
Yeah. I feel like this is maybe one of the first games that kind of had that. I know there may have been 1 or 2 others, but this is really one of the first ones where I kind of remember that.
It was really the first one to actually have vocal lines
I'll be right
as
back.
actual audio.
That's true, and they got some pretty good, at least for the time, they got some pretty good voice actors for this game. Especially considering it was a fairly new medium, and maybe we did watch the cutscene, so the famous cutscene. So
Live and let
maybe the caliber quality of the writing wasn't quite to the point that it is a lot of the time these days too. So
Yeah, they were still figuring some stuff out, but to fit it all onto a PlayStation 2 disc was impressive.
yeah,
They were working with what they got.
Yeah.
And doing some really cool
Live and let live.
yep. You can't deny, even if you find certain individual lines in this game for the voice acting to be a little bit, for lack of a better term, I hate this term, but I'm just going to use it anyway as shorthand. If you find them a little bit cringe,
Live and let live.
they're very memorable. Like the characters do have a lot of personality, and they're very memorable in the way they were voice acted. So
Yeah.
all right, so we're through that area. I had to take a quick stop off there to get that magic defense sphere, because we're going to use that in just a little bit here. And now, just about, I'm going to double check one thing really quick here.
Are we going to ride the shoe puff?
It is time to ride the shoe puff.
Ride the shoe puff.
I'll let him say the line here.
Ride the shoe puff?
Love it.
All aboards! One of my favorite things about the cutscene remover, and I normally play with it minimized, but it's on a separate monitor here just so I could verify with everything for the incentive. But you get to see all the funny names. My two commentators get to see all the funny shorthand names that the community has for the various cutscenes, which is honestly really funny. So
It's one of the best parts about speedrun communities or mod communities is there's a lot of just weird nicknames that things acquire, and some of them make perfect sense. Like Titus sees a shoe buff, great. But other times you're gonna run across just weird nicknames for stuff.
So I see Yuna's been kidnapped again.
Yuna has in fact been kidnapped again.
What's going on with this boss?
So this is actually the Blitzball training device from earlier, but now it is fitted with a water cannon.
And has 3 spinning things on it.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it's more dangerous.
Yeah, it has more spinny things.
I think I'm cementing my opinion on this Team Rocket thing.
Wait, they didn't write this for
Just slightly more elaborate this time.
It's true. Waka's getting a little bit low on health, but we're okay here. I just got to stick to the script. One more cheer. Cheer, by the way, increases speed, attack, and defense, I believe.
Very good ability.
Yep. And we are going to cheer the optimal number of times and then just start wailing on this thing.
And so we're taking less damage from the boss and doing more, but then at some point there's diminishing returns, and so you just gotta start hitting them.
Yep. Because when Titus is cheering, Titus ain't attacking, so. Oh, that is
Not good.
That is not good. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah. Speed extends, drive with a little less than half health, kind of a range on those, I think.
I think the fight's just going to be a little longer, but it must have high rolled in addition to really only kind of like targeting Wako, which is very uncommon, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and use the overdrive now.
Okay.
Ideally, you want to use this for getting overkill. Overkill is not required on this boss, but I'm just going to use it here to make sure the damage gets through and to ensure that we can just finish this fight. So.
Now, maybe a more nuanced technical question that I don't know the answer to. Does dying remove the cheer bonuses?
Yes. It also removes his haste. Oh, I still got the overkill anyway because I got a random crit. Nice.
Heck
All right,
yeah.
we will take it.
Vortex, yeah.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse, just saying, so.
Never didn't have it.
Now we get to meet.
Yes, now we get to complete our party. Oh, out of my way.
And then immediately try and give her some character development by making her scared of thunder.
Yeah. Well, first she's gonna become our another guardian for Yuna.
Right.
So this is Riku.
Ooh,
It's endearing, darn it.
Yes.
Okay.
We're supposed to be endeared, not annoyed.
Star of Final Fantasy X2 Riku.
Someday I'll play.
It was an experience. I recently played X2 for the first time ever, and that was definitely
I'm gonna use that item.
someone had an idea about these characters. So use 2 ability spheres here. This nets me a couple extra power spheres that I suspect I will need later. So
And our first use
I
of
can
mix.
combine it. It's not
yes,
Very good overdrive.
yeah, we will be abusing mix. Mix kind of gives unique, really like unique attacks based on what 2 items you mix, and it is extremely, extremely powerful if you know what you're doing with it, and we do. So, do need to get Orin back in the party though. Otherwise
wanna
I'm
get ambushed.
Yep. I think, Bonnie, this would actually be a great time,
I won't
now
go
that we
so
have
easy
our
on you
full
next
party,
time.
if we could get a quick update on that incentive for the end of the run for who is going to defeat you, Yevon.
Sure. Let me just do a quick refresh here.
I'll take you all on.
I'll be right back.
Looks like Yuna is still in the lead right now.
Okay.
How long do we have to close out? Or
it's
is it till the end of the run?
end of the run.
That's what I
so
thought.
We
Okay.
got like 2 hours.
Oh, yeah. So all you who want to see your favorite Final Fantasy X character get that last blow in, now is your chance. Got time for a couple donations, too?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right, we have $25 from Anonymous. Go Blaze! Woo! Also, look out, I'm right behind you. I think that was Shaq. That must be Shaq.
Must be Shaq.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Shoutouts to Shaq. You know that truly the king of this marathon. Got the crown and everything.
Yep. Says you rule.
Sure, whatever you say. We also have a $50 anonymous donation with no comment, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
So now we get to visit the undead.
Yes. This is the far plane.
A totally normal thing to do.
Totally normal thing to do.
Just talk to our dead brother, talk to our dead parents, and all right, we're done here.
Hooray.
Hooray!
Look at all that plot.
Get some passive aggression from a talking tree.
Oh, there's actually an undead tried to leave the far plane and chase us too, and then
Oh,
he
yeah.
like dropped his last will and testimony, which is totally normal.
Totally normal for the undead to try and leave the afterlife and have material objects on them. Yes.
Yes.
And no one finds this suspicious.
Nope.
I think one person finds it suspicious.
Yeah, Jessica. It's rather irritated with our presence.
I'm going to be more focused on not getting struck by lightning here, not because it will impact the run at all, but I will just be very, very embarrassed if I get struck by lightning. So
I won't go
It is
so
a
easy
badge
on you
of
next
honor
time.
for 10 runners to make it through the Thunder Plains.
just to kind of level set here a little bit, I usually get struck by lightning.
Oh, yeah.
So, because I'm way more focused on other things.
So new incentive donation to get the Lulu's weapon.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
That will be that. No, we do
Yeah.
not have. We do. That will take the entire rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, we got time.
I will donate. I will say though, I will donate $10 for every time I get struck by lightning. So,
So what kind of dollar amount are we talking about here then?
I mean, hopefully none, because the lightning might not even happen.
let
But if
live.
it does, I might dodge it. But if I don't, I will donate $10. Oh, just save $10. Boy, okay, that's all the
That was a-
motivation I needed
yeah,
right there.
Those are the hard ones.
I will donate $10 for everyone you dodge.
Ooh, okay, I like this. Win-win.
All right.
I won't go so
And I'm
easy
doing
on you
5
next
and
time.
5.
So you know, casual 1,000 if you get Lulu's weapon. Just saying.
Ooh, that is tempting.
I do like the Thunder Plains.
It's a really interesting area, for sure.
I'll be right back.
By the way, just to shout it out, because we already went
I'll be
through
right
there
back.
and we will not be back, but the biggest trick in the game is Guado Salam skip, which is in the regular any percent run. It's really cool if you get a chance to check it out sometime.
Yep. Abuse those NPCs
I'll be right back.
in a very interesting way.
Yes. Okay, so we reached the first checkpoint here.
Pretty please?
Riku's a little bit... Riku does not like lightning
Or thunder.
or thunder. I do need to remember to buy an extra Phoenix down here because I had to use one. Oh, that is the wrong... Okay. Not that many.
Don't have that much gil.
Turns out the guild routing in this game is important. Like, very, very important.
Correct. And I also need to buy that Shimmering Blade because I'm going to customize that later. And it's got a slot for it, which is nice.
All right, Iron Giant.
We
Yes.
picked up some equipment there. What is that doing for us?
1 second. I picked up a yellow shield, which will make Titus lightning proof for a couple of fights later on, which is going to be extremely useful. So I need to steal a light curtain here. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and hopefully let Riku start charging her overdrive here, because I do need to get her overdrive before the next boss fight. The Iron Giant will always attack her, which is very useful, because she has the lowest max hit points, which is how that... Oh, there's $10 for me. Okay. I knew that was coming.
The ones that pop immediately after a battle are so hard to dodge.
Yeah.
You just think it's like, oh, I'm loading in. It's supposed to be bright. No, that's a lightning strike.
Yep. Oh, perfect.
Ah!
Okay. So I can actually just sit here, and I should have defended there, but that's fine.
Kabam.
Yep, so now I've got her overdrive, which is also nice because now I can take her out of the party because she is...
Also kind of fast.
She's very fast, but when she is in critical HP, she's also extremely slow. She's got this weird, like, wobble animation that she does.
Right. She's got to settle into her I'm hurt stance.
Yeah. She is having a bad time, and she wants everybody to know about it.
Not shy about these both.
It's endearing, darn it.
That's right.
Okay.
The movement in this area is very, very difficult. There's like little seams between those craters that you have to kind of hit exactly right. And the encounters themselves aren't dangerous, but they do take time. And if your movement isn't particularly good, you will...
Take more encounters?
You'll get, yeah, maybe even 1 or 2 extra encounters per zone. And each encounter cycle to go through like that usually takes about maybe 15 to 20 seconds. Even if you're just fleeing on the first turn. So it really does add up over the course of a run if your movement is not on point. And a lot of times, I'm still getting better with my movement, but I'm trying to learn. There's 20 for me, man.
I was going to say, there's been a distinct lack of lightning.
Yeah.
The good movement usually gets hammered home pretty well if you aren't easily out.
Yep, yep. That is very true. All right, get me out of here.
Yeah.
No more.
Now, one more strike, one more strike.
No! Okay, we're out.
Punish the wallet.
All right, so now we are in the Macarena Woods.
That's very much their name. Macarena and butterflies.
I need to get Riku back in here because I have to do a couple other steals, if at all possible, before the next boss fight. Not from this thing. This thing is terrible.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
We've already fought one of those. An hour and 40 minutes ago.
It was its little brother. That one's a big boy. As the last of the... Well, no, there's a few more chests I have to open. They just don't have money in them. I take that back, so... We don't stop and open a lot of chests in this game. All right, here's one of my steals, hopefully. Okay, good. I wanted an Arctic wind because
won't
what
go
I
so
want
easy on you
is
next
the
time.
upcoming boss is the Spheromorph, and the Spheromorph can do it can take on the form of one of 4 elements, and I need to do an overdrive mix with the opposite element. So that means I need a fire item, an ice item, a lightning item, and a water item. Right now I have 3 of the 4. The only one I don't
Live and
have is
let
the
live.
water item. And if I get a water elemental in one of these encounters, I should be able to steal that, no problem, and then I will be good.
Or just, one and three it, but there's your water elemental, so.
Yep, I just
No
needed
worries.
Riku to not die there, so we're good. Okay.
I'll be
Very
right
good.
back.
All set up, ready to go.
Yep, all prerequisites attained for the next fight. Now I can just, well, I have to avoid the scary butterflies, but
Yeah,
I might be able to get a good butterfly here at one point. We'll see.
your free drop.
Yep.
Live and let live.
I struggle with this butterfly game so hard. Being partially colorblind, right? The difference between they're supposed to be blue and red.
You're wasting our
Oh
time.
yeah, if you touch the red butterfly, your run is over. So
I won't go so easy on you
touching
next
the
time.
butterflies is not required. It's like a very, very short time save. It's not that one either. It's the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But trying to decipher between those two, they're basically perpendicular in my eyes.
That sounds awful. I'm so sorry.
A lot of
be right
trial and
back.
error.
A lot of trial and error to figure this one out.
Just memorization.
If you do move pretty much perfectly, I believe you always get the correct butterfly at the end. But
Live and let live.
haven't had to deal with getting just turned to stone too much today so far, which is nice.
Don't say that.
I'm almost at the end. It's fine. All right, so we touched the good butterfly, and now I won't get any more encounters until I'm done with that area, so very good. All right, so we got a boss fight coming up here.
One of my favorite boss fights, actually.
But first I've got to
Holiday prices
beat
on all
Owaka
light.
at his own game, which is gouging people. So I'm going to tell him his stuff's too expensive, and then I'm going to buy the thing that I actually want. Which
Okay,
is the Sonic Steel, which would either of you be willing to explain the Sonic Steel? Because it's a pretty special item.
I would love to, but I can't.
I also don't remember what ability got put on it.
It has First Strike, which
Oh,
now
okay.
guarantees that Titus will always get the first turn in every single encounter.
So you could say this Sonic Steel is way too fast.
It is definitely very fast.
I think we gotta go fast.
We got to go fast.
Shoutouts to Helix's run.
Sonic Frontiers.
All right, so I'm going to have Riku use a normal grenade here, and I want to see what it does in response.
Yep.
Fifth Thunder, so that means I need to do a water item. So I'm going to do a mix of Magic Defense Sphere and the Fish Scale I just got. Good thing I was able to steal that.
It was a good thing. You're going to lose that before.
Kaboo. Mix is good.
Mix good.
Just, know what the combination tables are.
That's right.
Otherwise, mix is very bad.
And sometimes you don't get the steals that you need, and then you have to decide if you want to just YOLO it, and usually it's like a 3 in 4 chance that you'll be fine. Or you can stay and farm extra encounters, which there's no guarantee, especially with the RNG fix mod, that you'll get what you want. So it's a thing that you occasionally have to do.
Nice gold.
Oh, and by the way, we are so underleveled at this point. I just got like 17 levels worth of experience out of that one fight.
Yeah.
Need to do a little bit of sphere gridding here with some of the lesser used characters, Riku, Kamari, and Yuna is not that, but we're going to take care of Yuna and get her some
Yeah,
more stuff
gotta
too.
keep Yuna far ahead.
Yep.
And we gotta get Kamari ready for his big trial.
And I think-
in a little bit. Yeah.
In a little bit. And I think that's our first key sphere usage.
Yes, I am basically busting Kamari onto Riku's key sphere so that Kamari can also do steal and use.
And just to explain that briefly, because we haven't actually talked about them except in passing, so that there are locks within the key sphere there that prevent you from actually moving through them. Like you can be next to them and oh look, you can't do that. You need to spend one of these what
Key
is
spheres.
actual key
You
spheres.
have to unlock
There,
the
there we go.
key,
You
yeah.
use a key on the lock. It's getting a little late. A couple hours in here, my brain is melting. I don't do this long a speed run. But once you unlock the lock, then you're able to move through that, and like we're doing with Kamari there, he starts in the center of the grid, and then you can move into one of the other characters' locations, or you can, with the other characters, you can unlock more advanced type of moves, so you can go instead of haste to like haste Daga later on.
It was the game's way to prevent progression past a certain point.
Yep.
Even though you can level infinitely in the early areas, you can only get so powerful because you're just not going to get the key spheres you need to progress. So it was kind of a neat idea. Totally breaks down in the end game.
It's a cool system, yeah. And then once you can basically do whatever you want, it kind of doesn't matter anymore. So. All right, and I'm going to use Lulu in this next fight because this is about the most scripted boss fight that we are going to have for the rest of the run with the crawler here. And Lulu needs a lot of sphere levels for the end game, so we're going to get most of those here. And this is the crawler. Again, this is a very, very safe fight as long as I follow the script exactly. Just use a lot of lightning marbles.
Lightning marbles are good.
I got the overkill there, which is not guaranteed. That will save me a turn. By the way, this thing does not like getting electrocuted, but this is good for us because we need Riku's Overdrive again. This is fine.
This is
It's
fine.
fine. Because Kamari can also use.
And he won't get rolled over to death. And Lulu is going to be our Phoenix Down machine because it's a perfect job for her, unfortunately.
Yeah. Because Lulu attacks, then Lulu gets smacked, Lulu dies.
And Mana Beam doesn't sound good, so let's hopefully put that damage onto an appropriate target.
And we're going to bring Yuna back and Titus afterwards as well, just to get XP. They don't actually need to do anything in this fight, other than come in and defend. And mix again.
Nice multi-hit going.
Nice overkill.
Yep. More levels, many, many levels. All right, now we're going to do a big ol' sphere grid with Ixion here. So I'm going to focus on that for a second. Maybe a good time for some donations and announcements if we have any.
Oh, yes. We have a $40 donation once again from Lulu's #1 stan. What else can we say about everyone's favorite black mage Mama Lulu? Well, as we established, her sense of fashion is impeccable. Shoutouts to all those belts and zippers that would make all the cast of Kingdom Hearts green with envy. Or how about the fact that her makeup is always on point, despite the fact there is no Sephora in sight? Not to mention those long braids that must take hours to stylize. Oh my meow, I wish I could pull that off. Also, how many times has Yuna been kidnapped at this point? And who's been there to rescue her every time? That's right, it's Lulu, and clearly she is the correct choice to land that final blow against Yu Yevon and save the world. Thank you so much, Lulu's #1 stan. Now, if any of you Yuna stans out there want to keep this bid war going, it is getting hot over here. Or perhaps you'd like to see that silver fox Auron get in there and land that final blow, or maybe let the big, fuzzy, strong arms of what's his name, Kimhari, do the job for you. Well, you still have time. You still have a chance. Let's get those donations in, and let's keep this bid war rolling.
great. Yeah, I really liked hearing Lulu's CV there. I have to agree with almost all of that. So
Yeah, very compelling points for.
let's
for a
hear
last
some.
hit.
Let's hear some arguments for the other characters. I would
Yeah.
like to. I would like
Yeah,
to
I'd
hear
like to
some
hear
other,
that,
from
yeah.
some other Mega fans as well. While I'm fighting Seymour, who is gone full heel turn at this point.
Yep. And this is a fight.
Yeah, this fight, it's got a couple scary points. We'll kind of talk about those as we go through. Need to do some stuff in a very particular order here. Otherwise, my turn order will not be quite right, so.
It's one of the coolest things about doing RPG speedruns is you're going to go through with low tools. You're going to be going through and basically manipulating AI patterns and manipulating turn orders to your best advantage. And the fact that A, somebody figured this out,
Yep.
and then B, that it's able to be replicated on a consistent basis in so many fights is so cool. Like, the routing of RPGs is often a massive community effort, and there's lots of revisions to it. Early on, there's no clear right way to do things fast, and so it's just iteration after iteration after iteration to make it what it is. And that,
Yep.
big thing.
And if you do even one thing wrong, you will find out that you did it wrong.
Yes. Instant notification that you screwed up.
Feedback mechanism on point, yeah. So, all right, so that was phase one. Now he's bringing out his big summon, Anima. It's kind of like a fish, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, this one
Demon
never really
fish.
made sense because it looks like a sin spawn
Yuna!
pod. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
We're going to make sure that we keep Titus safe here because he's kind of like our damage source at the moment. And we're also going to have Kamari Steel. Now, I want to see silence grenades here, so that's good. I got silence grenades once. I would like to see those one more time. That's okay. Those are expendable characters. Okay.
Hasty Fast Boy is very fast.
And we're going to bring Riku back in, because Riku can also steal, but also I'm going to need Riku's overdrive again. So, all right, I did not get the second steal, so that means I have 3 silence grenades. I will need a few more items later, but I will get those in the Beaconel Desert. So, and for now, we're just going to wait, because he's going to do Thundara first, and Titus is completely protected from that, and it will just so happen to completely regenerate Riku's overdrive there. Oh, and I just got a crit, so that's good.
Heck yeah.
That's that fight, which is very easy to screw up. That's Shiva. We don't use Shiva, so we don't worry about the name. Shoutouts to Shiva for being pretty awesome, just not in this particular game.
Shiva is one of the best summons in the Final Fantasy series.
Looks very cool in this one too, I have to say.
Yeah.
All right, now this puzzle is a little bit particular, and I actually did it wrong, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure I'm doing it right. It's too many spheres, too little time. So I push, grab this ice ball, put that in the pedestal. This one only has 1 sphere spot.
Yep.
We're going to push that down here, because there's a whole second floor.
We need to uncover here.
Yep. And then I will go get the glyph sphere, so. My bad.
Yeah. Doing a pushing, sliding Zelda puzzle in a game where you aren't controlling the camera, it's very hard to get on the correct side of the pedestal to push.
Yeah, the movement down here is very... in this room specifically is just really a little bit infuriating sometimes.
Now, is this the first trial where we get the bonus? Or is that later?
That's
Later?
Later, yep. I believe you're talking about the destruction sphere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll get to that in
A little
it's
bit.
actually the next one. So,
Yep.
Yep.
Forget I said anything. Spoilers.
Oh, it's hard to miss.
hard
We're
to
just
acquire.
reconstructing. We're just trying to get out of here at this point. So,
Making a bridge.
yep, making a bridge out of this all this snow here. Maybe we should do that outside. I don't know.
Wouldn't it be nice to just take all these snow-making spheres outside,
Yeah.
build a new ice ramp out?
We could just throw all the Kilika spheres outside too, and it'd be instant summer. That might not be the worst idea ever at this point.
We'll take our winter over the summers.
I have to be really careful with a couple things coming up here too. The first thing is I'm going to go ahead and do the sphere grid now, so I don't forget.
Don't step on the reset button.
Don't step on the reset button. That is a really, really great way to just really upset yourself.
I don't know why they put it there. It's terrible placement.
Yep. And then we're gonna go ahead and put the Sonic Steel back on, and Unariku. Okay, we're good there. Now I need to not step on the reset tile right here.
Yep. That camera just jerks you right around, and if you kept holding the direction you think you need to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
You will have a bad time.
And now to get punched.
Not if I can help it. If I move perfectly on this screen, I will avoid the Guado that are chasing after me, which is really important because in the cutscene remover, it can crash the game if I get an encounter. It's not guaranteed, but it is a possibility, so
Excellent.
we'll see. My movement's already looking a little sus, so...
And the merchant man just
I believe-
nopes out and
I
teleports.
love that about, yeah. He's like, all right, shop's closed, we're out of here.
Channel your inner BB from 9. Mash.
Make it, make it, make it, make it, make it. Oh, it was like one step. Okay, so just a heads up to the tech crew, the game might crash here. If it does, it's okay.
Everything's fine.
I don't think I got the encounter that crashes
I'll be
the
right
game,
back.
so we'll see. We'll find out in a few seconds. I did. Okay,
All right.
that's fine. So we'll just reload once I remember where everything is. That's why you got to move good there. So. I will have an autosave, so it's not a huge deal.
Another nice thing about RPG speedruns. Generally pretty safe.
Oh wait, I have to do this again. Oh crap. Okay.
Run good.
Yeah, I just have to get better. Get better, nerd.
Yep.
Get good, scrub. All right.
Dark Souls of 10 speedrunning.
Well, you are the legendary moonblazewolf, so we believe in you.
Boy. I hope I don't have to do this a bunch of times. I just bonked. I do not like my
I
odds
don't like
here. This is not looking good.
You got a little more lead than you did last time. It's close.
Oh, we did it. Okay. Whew. All right. We are out of the crash zone. Thank
The
goodness.
legend.
Despite my best efforts, we did not crash again.
Cool. Move your mouse off the screen, though.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Here to help.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Thank you.
And now, you know, we're heretics
so
or
easy on
something
you
like
next
that. A
time.
lot of people are very angry with us.
We've basically been excommunicated at this point.
Yeah.
Because we did just kill one of the high priests, so...
Well, in fairness, they were trying to kill us first.
Yeah. You can hardly hold that against us.
He was trying to marry our friend, and also...
Get out of the way.
We found out that he killed his
Live and
dad,
let live.
Yeah.
so he knows what he did.
And he'll pay for it a couple times.
Yep. All right, here's another. This is another pretty scary fight, actually. So I'm gonna make sure I focus here and do all the right things.
Big punchy boy hit very hard. And then has backup to make big punchy boy scary.
We're gonna take care of him first because he's gonna use Shell, and I don't care about Shell because I'm not gonna use any magic. I'm gonna put protection on Titus here because that way he will be able to survive a Wendigo punch. Okay, that is not great. Now I just need to start doing damage. And Yuna needs a turn to get XP. And we'll just kind of see how the rest of this goes.
Now, I've seen you re-equip a weapon. What is that doing?
I want the Brotherhood because it's got plus 15 strength at this point. And once the fight actually starts, I don't need the Sonic Steel anymore. All right, I'm gonna bring Lulu in because I also need Lulu to get XP here. That's annoying, but not a huge deal.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yuna still needs a turn, so what I'm gonna do...
He's using a
Actually using?
I had to actually use an elixir, I know.
What is this?
Good crit.
Okay, we're good. I'm gonna get you out of there just to be safe.
Yep. Don't want a dead unit.
You're done,
Nice overkill.
and you're done. Okay.
Beauty.
Very good.
Excellent. Excellent.
Got a little scary there, but we got everything that we needed to out of that fight, so good deal. And now we have fallen through the ice, and we are under here, and Yuna's taking a nap.
And this very weird lighting under the ice that is not water. So there was ice suspended over air. It makes total sense. Yep.
Yeah, don't worry about it. I have to get that keister, by the way, or the run is also dead, so...
Yeah.
And you literally can't see it, so that's fun.
And now we're on a desert island.
Yes.
After-
You're stranded on a desert island with one video game character. Oh no, it's this one.
Ooh.
This is a forced encounter. Get out of it here as soon as we get the rest of our party back together here.
Everyone just very conveniently filters back in like, oh, you thought you were going to be alone. Nope, guess not. Except for
Are you
Kamari.
up?
Kamari's busy.
Yeah, Kamari's trying to get up a hill.
We're getting the band back together.
That's right.
We're on a mission from God.
Are we, though? Thought we got excommunicated.
Well, it is, I guess, a Final Fantasy, JRPG, so probably the mission to kill God.
Yeah,
yeah.
We're on a mission to kill God. There we go.
Hi, Kamari.
All right, so now we've got Kamari. Game does require you to do that. Just going to flee from some
I'll be
encounters
right
here
back.
for a little bit, so this might be a good time to check in with our host for any announcements that you may have, Bonnie.
Sure. Why don't you just do a quick refresh here?
I won't go so easy on you next time.
We have a $5 donation from Sexrex for just says Bergie, and I believe that is going out to one of our name options for Bahamut.
Per comment, I like it.
Yeah. As well as $5 from Aron Aficionado. This one goes out to the man who's been a better dad to Titus than his actual dad, Aron. Look at him lean against the scenery and rocking those shades,
I
even in
won't
the
go so easy on
darkest
you
of
next
areas. So cool. Also, he rocks the Masamune better than anyone. Eat your heart out, Sephiroth.
Another strong argument. for,
Yeah, I can't really argue with any of that.
Yeah.
So brooding, so dark.
So, gee.
So dead.
I can take them up.
Live and let live.
Yeah, spoilers at this point.
It's okay.
That's fine.
This game's 20. Remember that meme that was going around a little bit ago that like this is what you thought Final Fantasy was
20 years ago.
20 years ago,
This
and
is
what
what it
Final
actually
this
was.
is the one that was actually 20 years ago. So
Yeah.
I don't feel bad about spoiling anything at this point.
Also, shoutouts to Sephiroth from the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yes.
Big fan.
All right, I actually did get one of my
Isn't there
required
an easier
steals
way?
already. I'm gonna go ahead and get the
Complain.
other one now. I needed some more throwables. And I'm going to go ahead and steal some sleeping powder here. That will be all I need. And Riku's already got her
I won't go
overdrive,
so easy
that
on you
is
next time.
also good. So I'm good for a while now, so I'm just going to focus on not overheating.
You recouped your silence grenades?
I stole 3 smoke bombs from that zoo because I had a preempt, so...
I won't go so easy on you next time.
So we've got kind of an interesting section coming up here in a few screens. I'll just sort of start talking about it now, though.
Are we going to talk about the audio first or later?
The audio.
Oh, I guess we don't have to listen to as much of it now, do we? Because the cutscenes are gone. All of the Albed talking during the sirens.
Oh, a lot of that will still be happening.
Ah, okay.
So yeah, if you're a big fan of the Albed
I'll be right back.
making their interesting announcements, yeah, we still got that coming up. I wanted to talk about the Sandragora fights that are coming up here. Or I should say Sandragora fight, because we're going to skip the second one. And if you haven't seen this run in a while, that is the one skip that is actually like speedrun tech that's in this run. So
Kinda cool.
it is kind of cool. I hope I get it first try. If not, I'll just keep trying until I get it, because that way I will save some time.
Do tell. I haven't done this run in a while.
So it works similarly to a lot of the cutscene skips in this game, which is where you have an NPC kind of walk into you and push you through a zone trigger, or like a loading trigger. And in this case, we're going to have Riku push us through an encounter trigger. So, but we've got to do an actual encounter first. So let's do that first. Actually, go ahead and Lulu him, just on the odd chance that I get a preempt here.
I'll be right back.
Also, shout-outs to Cactars for being adorable.
Super adorable.
And not locked in safes.
And
Although if I had a Cactar, I would definitely keep it in a
I would
safe.
definitely keep it in the safe.
Oh, I got the preempt. Okay, so I'm going to actually let Lulu get some XP here.
I'd like to see you try to put a cactar in a safe. Keep it there.
Very, very carefully.
I'd use my Tom Berry to
Oh, okay.
Okay, and we're going to yeet this thing out of existence.
Shooting star, another
Yep.
great overdrive.
Yep. Because I need the teleport spheres that are in the chest down here. Oh, she didn't actually get her level. Okay, well, that's fine. Those things maybe just don't have as much XP as I thought. Okay, so here's the skip. Home is on the other side of this Sandradora, so I'm just going to kind of walk in here. First try. I'm going to let Riku push me through. This is a random encounter. This is not the actual Sandradora encounter. So that was
Won't go
great.
so easy on you next
Cooperated
time.
extremely well there.
Yeah, she
Very
always
nice.
moves the same way. Shoutouts to Sareth, who found that skip a while back.
And now we walk into this place and it's on fire because we've skipped a few things.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're going to get some forced encounters here.
This should be quick.
We're going to use Titus to take out everything on this first one. And then Kamari is going to be free to take care of the second one. And I'm hoping I can get the rest of Lulu's XP here that she will need for the rest of her run. And very good. I'm also getting a ton of power spheres from this encounter.
Let's find
Very
Yuna.
useful.
Quick.
Yeah.
Generically, the two most important spheres are going to be power spheres and speed spheres, which makes us go faster in the turn order / get more turns and do more damage when we're attacking.
Yes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring in Kamari here, because Stone Breath, the reason we needed to get Stone Breath is for these next two encounters here at home.
I remember getting gored earlier. Yep, same things. They're just a little higher level now.
Payback.
And have counter.
Over here!
So when playing through this casually, you could listen to the same announcement.
Yes.
40 minutes.
It's annoying, huh?
No, it just worms your way into your head, and then you start to enjoy it and jam out again.
Good for you.
You just start to find that beat. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hit me with that announcement.
So just really quick, part of how Kamari's Lancet ability works is if you do successfully Lancet a new ability, he immediately gets an overdrive. So we're taking advantage of it here to just recharge and use Stone Breath again right away. Open this chest right here.
Just layer that blaring siren on top. Oh yeah, hit me with it.
All right.
Is it almost time to get captured again?
Yeah, actually. Well, no, she did get kidnapped already.
Yeah.
So we were trying to get her back just now because she did get captured. She's still kidnapped. She's actually getting married at the moment.
Right.
So we're gonna go crash the wedding because we object
We do object.
in the strongest possible terms.
Yep.
But first we have to fight a walking carpet thing.
Good description of it. Yep.
They do refer to it as the red carpet, so
They do
okay.
roll out the red carpet.
I'm very short on spheres, so I'm going to actually do a couple things here. I'm going to customize Riku's weapon to distill speed.
Distill speed allows, basically, once you hit something with it, is going to drop at least a speed sphere.
Yep. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to buy two...
I came to home quite the... Thankfully, please.
This is taking a little bit of time, but I kind of just need it. I'm also going to go and buy a couple extra Phoenix Downs, because I did have to use
All proceed.
a fair number of those in the Wendigo fight. And I just want to make sure I don't run out for later for reasons. And now we are going to go fight Evray, and I'm going to actually make a manual save here because this fight is potentially very rude, and if I screw something up, it will the autosave is actually at the beginning of the fight. So that is not good. This is another pretty intense, but also very scripted fight. But the one thing, this is the one fight in the game that can kind of just say no sometimes, so we're going to be very careful here. So we're going to do haste, cheer, and then I should be able to get Riku's turn next. Nope, okay, so we're going to switch our armor. And we're going to mix the Lux Sphere and Map. Don't laugh, it works. It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
Only a miracle can save us. That's fine. I'm going to go ahead and steal here. Oh, I got my 2 water gems. Very nice. Okay.
Just waiting for the horse to come riding in here. Where's Exion?
What was the... I forgot the name, I'm sorry. Kata Pond? Was that Sorry.
It's Crab Pond. Crab.
Yeah.
Connie
but
Pond.
Only Connie Pond can save us now. We're looking good here. One more swing. Got it. All right. Good fight.
No movement in and out.
Yep. All right. And now we're going to immediately get dropped into a series of fights with the local constables.
Stay right there,
If we skip
Seymour!
over the recreation in Final Fantasy IX buyer's line.
Yeah, that cutscene is actually really cool when they come in. So, and I'm going to use my distillers here because I'm guaranteed an overkill with Titus. So this will help me finish farming the spheres that I need for the rest of the run.
Double power spirit drops.
Yep, and I will get 2 speed spheres because I basic attack with Riku as well. Now this is the fight I need the sleeping powders for.
And the most impractically designed robot who has no arms
There we go.
and wants to kick you while standing on one leg.
He kick. Yes.
That's about all he do too.
Yep.
Is it no high jump kick?
I think this is...
Hopefully we'll never find out.
Okay, good. But yeah, I needed the sleeping powders for these 2 fights because those guys have flamethrowers, and they are very unpleasant to have to deal with. So.
Big AoE damage. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
What's that? The church is using mechanical beings to fight?
Yeah, I know. It's so weird, huh?
What's with that?
It's very sacrilegious.
Where's Waka to keep him in line?
Waka knows.
Waka would just like everyone to know that it is against the teachings.
Again, there's no allegory in this game.
No. Skip all the cutscenes too, actually getting to see Yuna in her wedding dress.
Yeah, unfortunately.
A little unfortunate, yeah. Quick, close the cutscene remover here. We gotta lengthen this thing out.
Wait, we hit $4,000. When my place do that.
It's for the fashion. Come on.
I cannot promise this.
Quickly, if I see that donation total get over 4,000 in like the next, what, 1 minute, I will forcibly close this cutscene remover.
I'm gonna take the mouse away from Maddie now.
It's for charity, Blaze. Come on.
Well,
and for no other reason.
I know. I actually don't know if that will work.
Restart it from there, yeah.
Yeah. I know that one particular cutscene will not crash the game if we turn it on and turn it off. But the others I'm less sure about, so maybe let's not say we did. All right, I have all my spheres that I need now, so we are good in that regard. Okay, that was a little weird.
Yep. And now for the Propel Trials.
I'm gonna be completely honest. I hate this trial, and I really need to kind of focus on it. So I don't know if you all want to talk or if Bonnie wants to talk, but you all go ahead, because I'm just gonna really kind of have serious time for myself.
Let's hand to Bonnie, and then we'll fill in whatever needs left.
The next couple minutes. Sounds great.
We got time for both.
All right, give me 1 second. We do another refresh here. We got $5 from Actually Waka. Let's get some love for this Blitzball Pro, yeah? I swear I'm not a jerk once you get to know me, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure there, Waka.
I like the combination tropical and Minnesota accent for Waka. That was amazing, Bonnie.
What's the difference, really?
Son of a shoe puff.
And yeah, we are getting some love for all these characters here for that Who Defeats You Yevon final blow incentive here. Lulu, however, is still in the lead. So I mean, I'm sure Lulu's #1 stan is going to be very happy about that. But for the stands for everyone else, you still got time. You can make it happen. You can get that final blow in for your favorite character.
And there is actually something I do need to say to everybody watching right now, and that is if you want to donate for Bahamut's name, you have about 2 or 3 minutes left to do so. So this is the last call for those donations.
Last call for Bahamut.
So, in my attempted speedrun of this is where it went to die. And it's because of these triggers back and forth, trying to get the timing right so that I'm going the right direction. This is before the cutscene remover, so we've been at this for, 8.5 hours or something by this point.
Brain is jello.
Brain is jello, and dog's antsy, and yeah, it's just a mess.
Yeah, this second level in particular, you actually can't get to where you need to go unless you start this sequence the right way. So that is something you learn through a lot of trial and error.
Yep. And I fell off the back end there a bunch, and it was just time to go to bed. So I
Go to bed, Surly.
Wait, you're not Goopy.
Maddie, I think that you wanted to point something out about this one in particular because of how the destruction sphere works. So if you want to talk about that, that's actually really useful info for the run.
So I'll approximate what's actually going on here, and you can fill in anything I miss. So in every trial, there's actually a bonus item that you can pick up by doing a little extra puzzle within the trial. And so we actually... Normally that would be slow, right? That's doing something extra that you don't need to, but the item that we get from this is terribly useful, and I can't remember for the life of me what it actually is, but I know it's important.
The item itself is actually not, well, okay. Truth be told, there may be something else that I'm missing, but what we're gonna do specifically, and I'm about to pick it up, is we're gonna use the destruction sphere in this trial. And the destruction sphere is the thing that gives you that secret item. It spawns the chest when you use it in the right place. But it has a side benefit, which is that the summon associated with that particular temple, in this case Bahamut, gets to break the damage cap. So the new damage cap, because we are using the destruction sphere, which as far as I know is required in this particular one, Bahamut will be able to do, you've heard of quad 9s, Bahamut is going to be able to do quint 9s. So, yeah, that is obviously very, very useful.
That's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage, yep. And as far as I know, you cannot solve the temple puzzle without using the destruction sphere here. So the game kind of gives it to you, which is very nice of them.
Well, yeah, they had to introduce it somewhere, because up to this point, it's been a hidden thing.
Yep.
So you can very easily do all those temples in progression without ever knowing that they exist. So this is the introduction to it, saying, hey, there's this thing. And then if you go around and explore the world some more, they'll go like, oh, you needed to do that in all of these places.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you that right away. But hey, replayability, right?
Hooray!
Or, you know, end game content.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for that, because I had totally forgotten about that aspect of the destruction sphere.
Yeah, no problem.
I guess I'll also say, as we were, riding around on our mystical transporter thing, trying to do this puzzle casually without, for the first time and trying to figure it out, takes forever.
Yes.
Because as you can see, there's even knowing what we're doing, there's just a lot of waiting and downtime as you're traveling around. And if you're trying to actually go back and forth between all these locations or figure out how to actually get to the location you even want to, you can be here quite a bit longer, and that's where the frustration starts to set in.
The mistakes are very punishing too, because you can inadvertently screw up, and it just takes 30 seconds away from you. And then just imagine being a casual player, not even knowing what you're doing, and having that experience over and over and over again. Not fun. Not good.
There we go. Destruction sphere chest open.
Yep. So we are done with the trials. Oh, I need the Bahamut name. Sorry.
Yes.
Don't hit the microphone. That's bad.
It happens, though. That's my fault.
I believe our Bahamut name, oh yes, with a whopping $225, we have Ixion again.
Ixion again. Very good.
Good horse.
The real star of the speedrun, Ixion, getting more credit. All right, so now we're Yuna. This is actually, I always kind of joke that this is a very Austin Powers way to go for Seymour. It's the unnecessarily complicated death mechanism that we're about to easily escape.
Yeah.
There must be in it. So, yeah, we're gonna start by getting Yuna swole. So the way we're gonna do that is we are going to get Yuna onto Orin's sphere grid here.
Because as we know, Orin is very swole already.
Yes.
So we just need to have him teach Yuna. And we get this nice piano track in the background while we're going through and menuing. Just
we're
enjoy
going to use
that.
our first teleport sphere here. So now Yuna is busted out.
No more white mage.
No more no more nice white mage. I'm having too much fun. I need to focus.
I think the white mages are legendary for wielding large hammers and beating some fools.
Potentially. Yeah.
So we're going to start layering on a lot of strength, as well as some other, I would say maybe more random stats, like the defense. We're going to get some extra MP here. Stuff like that. This is all very, very much for a reason, which I'm not going to even try to explain, because it is confusing. But basically, I need all of these stats to make Bahamut go burr.
Basically, the summons share stats with Yuna in some capacity, and there's math involved. But the better Yuna gets, the better your summons get. It's the short of it.
Now we've got a series of forced encounters here. This is one of the spots where we do use Ixion. So for everybody who's donated for all the summon names right now, this is kind of like your time. So really appreciate all those donations for the summon names, and enjoy your Pokemon kind of doing their thing for a while here.
Go Pikachu!
Use Thunderbolt.
That was Volt Tackle.
I do need a certain number of kills for Yuna to stay on track XP-wise as well. It looks like I'm probably going to get 2 encounters down here, which is fine. I need a total of 4 between this area and the next area for Yuna in order to make sure she is hitting her marks for XP. So these are actually useful encounters, so not even a big deal that we're getting them.
Good old RPG routing.
Yep. Route around the things that you can't avoid in any way. This is one of our rivals, Asaru. He is here to try to stop our pilgrimage. It is not going to go well for him.
It's not going to go well for him. I also have some problems with his choice of guardians. Namely, brings his child little brother.
Yeah.
Guardian.
Still not as bad as Donna, though.
It's not, not quite as bad as that.
I have brought my manservant, Bartello,
Bartello.
who is a huge Orin fanboy, by the way. Like, Bartello would probably be making donations for Orin for the incentive,
100%.
if I was to guess.
If somebody wants to put voice to Bartello's awe and admiration for Orin, I'm sure the donations will happily read that out.
Absolutely. But we get to meet our new friend Ixion here. Get used to seeing this for a lot of the rest of the run here.
Big fan of Ixion. Punches real good.
So yeah, the 9K is already gone. That was a 20K hit.
Yeah, that was a crit to be fair, but still.
Even so.
Yeah.
You can see some of the other summons that we're not.
Yeah, we get to see Ifrit. Nobody. Shiva gets majorly dissed in this run, unfortunately. So it's okay.
It's not.
And this is a mechanic that we vastly skipped over. That was introduced way back. The summoner battles.
Yeah. There's optional ones. This is really the only like first required one.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, as well, you can't have a mirror match, so Asaru is about to summon his Bahamut, and so we're gonna bring in our Thunder Horse to take it out.
Kanipan!
Kanipan, I choose you!
Gotta go fast.
It's a good question.
Can't be released yet, so it's what, over 1,000 now?
I cannot.
So like let's go like a
Is there a nice prime in the early thousands?
I'm gonna say 1123 as a random guess. Feels prime.
Feels prime.
So I'm just auto attacking here basically, but yeah.
You know what else is prime? Prime gaming.
Prime gaming.
Wow. Nicely done.
Did somebody say Prime Gaming?
I think I did. I said,
And what is this Prime Gaming you speak of?
well, I've only heard the term. I was hoping that you could enlighten me, Bonnie.
Well, I just got a little bird telling me that if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can connect that to your Twitch account. Just go to settings, you just link them together, and that gives you 1 free sub per month. And if that's just sitting there, if that's just been collecting dust, not doing anything, you just kind of forgot about it, why not send that to a great cause and use that to subscribe to Midwest Speedfest? That money's going to go straight to the Protest Foundation. It's going to some great people doing great work. And all you need to do is get on that Prime Gaming.
It will not go to the Church of Yevon.
By the
We
way,
promise.
The Church of Yevon, I promise.
this is a boss.
This is a boss fight.
Turns out this boss is undead. And what do we do to undead things in Final Fantasy games?
We cure them.
We cure them.
Boss gear.
Boss is cured.
Boss cured.
We're helping.
We are. And I've just got a long, slow swim, very boring through this rest of this watery corridor. Not even going to have any random encounters or anything. So, Bonnie, if you have anything else to say to the wonderful viewers on Twitch, this is a great time.
Yeah, we have a $5 donation for hashtag Kimhari Appreciation Fest 2023. Maybe after Kimhari beats you, Yevon, with those big, strong, fuzzy arms, he can give me a big, strong, fuzzy hug. I could dream, right? I don't know, I think those dreams may become a reality if you just keep plugging away at that. That means we got a bit of love for every character except for Riku going on in this bidding war to get the decide who gets the final blow against the final boss here. So let's get some love for that spunky technomancer Riku. She's good for more than just throwing grenades, I can tell you that.
Throwing 2 grenades that are mixed together.
Oh yeah.
Making very many more than 2 explosions, which is a little odd, but I'm here for it.
It's all about the exponential growth of power.
Oh, okay.
We're doing a little more sphere gridding here with Yuna, continuing to build her strength and other stats.
Yep. She's hitting the gym.
After that long swim, gotta get the game.
It always amused me, like we had this really intense music as we're just doing the really slow swim through just no encounters and just like have the really... Come on, we're gonna do... It's really intense. It's really intense, we promise.
You're escaping.
So I need to do 2 more encounters on this map, because I did 2 while I was in the... whatever it's called, yeah. Oh, let's not attack Yuna, that would be bad. Yuna can actually, so Yuna's gains are paying off. Check that out.
Get those gains.
I'll be right back.
So hard to run in a straight line in this
so
game.
hard.
It is just like it is.
so
it is
hard.
destroying me right now that I can't run in a straight line.
You would think you just held the joystick in the same spot, it would go straight. Nope.
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 Not at all. Oh, well, that was nice of you.
Live and let live.
The other robots may stay. That one must die.
So why are you doing that, Blaze?
I am making sure that I have enough XP for the next sphere grids that I have to do, and I have the correct number of kills now, so I'm good.
Yay!
Also, we were just showing you a boss fight. This is also a boss fight.
We can see what happens for a lot of us around.
Yep.
I'm a fan.
And number go up. Punch.
The number goes way up.
It's so good. I can only imagine the person, I don't know specifically who worked on the route with all the Bahamut stuff, which is basically how we're going to fight most of the bosses for the rest of the game now. I can only imagine how gleeful it must have felt to realize that you could just one punch
Most
basically
things.
every boss in the game and how large those numbers were. I'm sure that was just such a wonderful feeling.
And how easy it is to get the sphere grid levels to get Yuna to that point.
Yes.
Like, it worked out really well.
Yes, yes. I'm sure they were very pleased with themselves.
Now this is the Calm Lands, which are anything but.
I don't know, a great leveling spot. I was very calm here.
The Calm Lands choose violence.
Yeah. They just don't give me enough money fast enough. Because I need 300,000 gil at this point.
You could also spend some time doing chocobo racing for Titus's ultimate weapon here.
Also very important.
Which is also very calming.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the opposite of calming.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I've flopped my opinion here. The Calm Lands are very calming now.
I love them in the speedrun. They're great.
Because they do have the chocobo racing, which is the most, calm enhancing mini game.
I don't see the issue. I get across the calm lands in 0 seconds flat.
Just need to work on that eat tech.
I actually don't have anything to do here other than run across the map because when I did my steal from Evray, I got a rare steal. I do need 2 gems here. If you see that fire flan looking enemy, if I needed another gem, I would steal it from one of those. But I'm good, so we're just going to cruise right on through here.
So let's continue the debate on whether these are calming moments or not. I know the music's pretty soothing, but the encounter rate I'm getting a little irked at. I might have to change my opinion once again.
This is one of the few areas in the Final Fantasy X where you can ride the chocobo just at all.
Yeah.
So it's pretty calm.
We'll get through this.
So like the, southeast corner or the northwest corner where like the chocobos exist are calming, but the center and like the other corners are less calming. Is that what we're gonna go with?
No, the whole area is calm because I'm just on a chocobo.
Oh, okay.
I would be much more calm if I was on a chocobo, I'm pretty sure.
No encounters. It's great.
They're just too far out of the way.
It's much better just to run away from stuff. This is actually also, if I was doing a manip run, this would be the last area before I would potentially be getting the no encounter armor. So these encounters always seem a little bit extra obnoxious because it's just like I'm so close to not having to deal with this crap anymore.
And fingers crossed for good job on the no encounter armor.
I won't. You actually can't get it with the RNG fix.
Really?
Well, you can, but the category rules on speedrun.com specifically say you are not allowed to get the no. You're not allowed to use the no encounter
Can't equip
armor.
it. All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep.
By the way,
everyone would just grind for it.
Exactly. It would be really.
makes
It would be a
sense.
very sad display of people trying to. That's actually how way back in the day. Somebody spent a very not insignificant amount of time before we even understood how any of the. Sorry, I'm just double checking, making sure I'm good here. Before we understood how the RNG worked in the game, there was a runner who just spent months doing the run and hoping to get the no encounter armor, and then they finally got it, and it was a wonderful day for them, I'm sure. So, but if you're not doing a cutscene remover run, you're about 8 hours into the run at this point, and so for this person, what they were trying to do, they would reset after 8 hours if they didn't get it.
jeez.
Yep.
So Blaze, how much needs to be donated for you to go get Yojimbo?
I don't even know how to do that, so it would have to be an awful lot.
You have Bahamut and Flea. You're fine. I
Okay.
believe in you. You're the legend.
You want to set up this Ronso fight?
The Ronso are going to fight each other, and Kamari's going to win because Kamari's awesome. You should donate for Kamari, by the way, to beat you, Yevon, also. I am a card-carrying member of the Kamari fan club, so.
We are whelmed and unsurprised.
So this is Baran and Yankee. They don't like Kamari very much because they're kind of jerks. But we have exceeded them in power on our journey, so.
Yes, that spear grenade we did Kamari an hour ago is enough.
Yep, we're gonna do a steal there so we get a level 3 key sphere, and then we're gonna use our 2 water gems to overkill both of them. The drops on this fight are extremely important, so I need to pay attention and see what drops I get. There are 2 new spheres that you get introduced to here, return spheres and friend spheres. Ideally, I get 2 of each. Most likely is 2 return spheres, so let's see what I get here. I got 4 return spheres. Okay, that is the most common combination that you get. So that changes our routing a little bit. I'm going to get through this cutscene here, and then I'm going to do a pretty long sphere grid. This is why we've been sphere gridding Lulu this whole time. She needs a lot of levels to basically open the way to Yuna getting a lot more strength. Down there, behind that level 3 key sphere.
So, as I see the donation total slowly climbing here, we are approaching that 4,000 for the marathon total. I would really love to see it happen before the end of this run, because this is the last run of this marathon.
I'd say that's pretty doable. I'd say.
I believe.
Yeah. I think we can get to 4,000. How about you all?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I believe so hard in Twitch chat. I would be disappointed if we didn't get that. I would be disappointed in you, Twitch chat, if that number does not reach $4,000.
Do not disappoint Maddie.
Yeah, you don't want to disappoint Maddie.
Please, I'm begging you.
That would make me sad. You don't want to make Bonnie disappointed either.
No, definitely not.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Well, we do actually have a couple of donations that have been getting that number up there. We have $20 from Ferric Fox.
Oh.
Is this the I can't believe it's not cutscenes run? Have a fantastic Final Fantasy finale. Thank you so much, Ferric Fox.
Thank you,
It has been fantastic. And because I asked, we got $5 showing some love for Riku from Some Love for Riku. Riku equals best thief. Can we get some love for grenades?
Yes.
Grenades.
Yeah, big fan of grenades here. All right, so what I did there
Let's get him, guys!
is we got Yuna some more stat. Not a ton for now, because I actually need a friend sphere, which I'll get a little bit later, to really kind of finish buffing her up.
Not much has changed in
Titus
10 years.
learned Armor Break, which we're going to need for a couple of these bosses to ensure that Bahamut can one-punch them. And then I added First Strike to the weapons of both Yuna and Auron, because Titus has been really enjoying the First Strike, and it just seems only fair that we let some of the other characters in on the fun as well. So,
Share the love.
yep. And now I'm going to run through Minnesota,
Hey, look, it's the weather today.
Mount Minnesota. Yes.
We went from the desert, just a little bit ago
Yeah.
on Friday, and look, here it's today. We're catching up to reality.
This game is a metaphor for Minnesota.
Minnesota weather.
Yeah,
We live in a magical place.
we do.
Before we get too far away from it, I just do want to touch on the Ronso singing cutscene and
Yes.
how wonderful it is
Yes.
and how heartbreaking it is.
Yeah. Yeah, Seymour's
Okay.
kind of a dick, yep. And he's really taken it out on a lot of people that he didn't get to get married to Yuna. It's very sad.
That's okay. We'll be able to help correct the error of his ways shortly.
Yeah.
Once and for all, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Right?
It won't be like the second time we've done
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Weren't we wanted for, murder of Seymour?
Yeah.
They're on so like us now, so it's okay.
Huh.
They're good about that.
I feel like I've missed something. Where are the cutscenes to help explain this?
They're gone.
Oh.
We'll just one of the things that can be fun about this too is you can kind of just make your own lore for this game if you want when there's no cutscenes to sort of fill things in. So
I do that all the time.
yeah,
So any inaccuracies that you hear me say today is totally intentional and not a mistake on my part at all.
I mean you got to explain some of this stuff. It's pretty hard to level with otherwise. What we're doing here. What are we doing here anyway?
We're raising money for charity. That's what we're doing,
That's
Blaze.
right. That is right. We're on a pilgrimage to raise money for the Protest Foundation.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe Yuna got into mountaineering recently and is just really eager to get to the top of Mount Nagazet. You know?
She has been hitting the gym.
That's true.
She's ready for it.
Yeah. Mountaineering Yuna.
I like it.
We're almost 3 hours into a run and we're not getting punchy at all.
No.
It's never happened, not even once.
All right, I need to bring Yuna in for this fight, and this is the first of many fights when I was playing this game casually that just absolutely enraged me.
It's okay.
So it feels very, very good to have this fight go better now.
This is the fight that caused me to get your Jimbo every playthrough.
We're actually gonna have Riku use one of the silence grenades that we actually stole from Anima earlier, because if you don't silence Seymour Flux, he is not gonna be very nice to you.
And since this undead recreated monstrosity of the summoner is also a summoner. Bad things can also happen to your summons.
Yep. And unfortunately, unless I get a crit here, okay, I did not. I was hoping to will it into existence because Flux crit is a thing for the run because it would end the fight now, and then everything that happens after this point we wouldn't have to worry about. So now we get the long version of this fight, which is fine. I'm gonna watch for if Yuna gets a critical hit or not. Oh, that's Riku. I remember that. Nope. Yeah, the sound effects are pretty great.
The Yuna thunk is also very
Thunk.
satisfying.
Yeah. Because I really need to get an overkill on this fight. Yuna has not gotten a crit yet, so I should be okay to keep attacking with everybody. One more hit should do it. Yep, and I got the cool camera angle change, so there's my overkill.
The guaranteed you are going to kill with this hit camera.
Yep. Always a good feeling. All right, so we are through that fight, and we are on to Xanarkand, basically.
Pretty scenery city.
Well, now we're hold on. Well, now we're in Dream Xanarkand again. This is kind of the moment of the game where they start letting you in on everything that's been going on. So
Exposition City.
yeah,
Yeah.
Look at all those cutscenes.
Titus has a nice house.
He is the star blitzball player of the Xanarkand Apes.
Yeah,
Did you know?
lives in living a life of luxury as a professional athlete.
Don't mind the people in the
Likely would be.
walls. There's, nope,
Nope.
Yeah,
nothing
that's
to
a
see
thing.
there.
That's a thing. All right. So now this is kind of like a temple, but not really. We are going to have to solve some puzzles here. Oops.
And swim and make Waka fit in the pool.
Oh, yeah, the puzzles are. It's like my joke about the puzzles here is these are the puzzles that are so simple even a blitzball player could figure them out. Even Waka, basically that means even Waka could figure them out. So yeah, this is Waka's. Other than scoring the winning goal in the blitzball game, this is going to be Waka's one other shining moment. So
Waka's behaved very well this run.
yeah, well he's got one more hurdle to clear. So let's hope he behaves here.
I believe in the man.
I believe in the ball.
I believe in the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might be smarter.
All right, so we're going to swim back here, and we've got our first of two puzzles. I don't know, how are you supposed to make the pilgrimage without a blitzball player as one of your guardians? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, or like if Donna's gonna get here, doesn't have 3 people.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
Yeah, who's going to fit in the other hole?
There's a reason so many people fail the pilgrimage.
But I feel like you should be warned of that in advance. I don't know.
I feel like this is known territory still. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I need to hit this thing. There's a very specific moment I'm looking for, visual cue, so... Let's see if I got it first try. Hey, first try, let's go. That is a very easy thing to go on tilt with if you don't get it the first time. And I have definitely not gotten it the first time many times before, so...
And the timing on it's so weird.
It's a very, very finicky.
Walker's wind-up is a little too long. Maybe we should take it back to boot camp and iron that out.
Yeah, he's got a hitch in his delivery.
Well, there's a reason that they haven't won any games prior to this tournament.
Yeah, that's fair. If he's the one teaching on to throw a blitz ball,
Yep.
I can see the issue.
Just have to keep having those callbacks to earlier in the game. With all those cutscenes that we totally saw.
Yeah.
The lore.
Yep.
So much lore.
And then Machina for no reason.
In a cave with water.
Yeah. Oh, they're fine with water. They just can't handle
Electricity.
electricity. Yeah.
Also makes sense.
But they're powered by electricity. Somehow.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. that non-conductive water.
There's actually, like, we'll see if we get one of the encounters. There's, like, electric fish in the water, so I feel like the Machina are very, very close to figuring out how to be amphibious, and that's actually a little bit scary to think about.
Well, we did fight the giant Blitzball training machine underwater.
Yes, yeah, that's true. It did just fine under there, except for losing to us, so. It actually did take out Waka. That's fairly impressive.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen that before.
Although, did you use a Thunderball to take that out there?
I didn't have a Thunderball. Oh, yeah, those are the.
Or the no, I think that you used Overdrive on that.
I did. Oh yeah, I did use the elemental reels. Yep. Yep. There's an actual Thunderball weapon. I thought that's what you meant. So my bad.
Just charge up your ball with static electricity underwater, and yeah.
Just rub your Blitzball on the carpet for a while. Yep. Build up that charge.
Hey, now this is a family stream.
Just scoot it. All right. Anyway.
Moving right along that.
Yeah. Let's make some people select. Let's select holes. Wait, that also sounded wrong. Okay.
A family stream.
Bonnie, save me. Get this stream back on the rails. Let's go.
Oh, hey, look at that. We got some donations.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. We have $50 from Purple Mario. Hey, Midwest Speedfest, Purple Mario here. Thanks to everyone for being so welcoming to me and encouraging for my run. Love speedrunning. It's so much fun. Thanks to the tech crew, announcers, and the wonderful person that designed a 3DS layout just for my run. It was great meeting some of you, and I hope to join next year for even more of the weekend. Thank you, Paper Mario. Purple Mario. It was a whopper of a run, and we really do appreciate that $50 donation. We also have $10 from Bonnie Dimples. Who's that?
Bonnie Dimples.
Who could that be? This one is going out to my best friend Rick, who, with his fiancee Liv, just welcomed their first child, Jasper Sarve Hawthorne, to the world as of about an hour ago.
Oh my goodness.
Congratulations.
And this is... Thank you.
Clap for that. Yes, clap for that, everyone.
This donation is going towards his favorite character, Aaron, getting the final blow because he's so cool. And not to mention, like, Jasper Sarve Hawthorne, what a cool name.
Excellent name.
It's like built-in stage name right there.
That's honestly, like, might be a future Fire Emblem character.
I'll be sure to tell him that.
I am Jasper Sarve Hawthorne.
Head of House Hawthorne.
Yeah.
I wield the Falchion.
First of his name. All right. The names always throw me off a little bit when I do this run in marathon, so I'm always very, very careful. Like, is that right? I just want to make sure.
Ixion, the one I want.
Which not Ixion? Aeon is Ixion again?
It's Kanipon.
Yes. All right, so this is the first fight where we're going to use Armor Break, but otherwise it's going to look pretty familiar, I think.
Yep. Just need to tear that defense down the hair.
Yep.
Prepare a hole for the Bahamut.
Yes. We can rend it asunder.
Awesome.
Goodbye.
Good times.
All right. And now we are truly entering Xanarkand, and I always find this moment to be very, very cool whenever I'm doing a run of this game, even when it's the cutscene remover run. I mean, we're a little over 3 hours in here, and yeah, this is the journey. The journey has taken us all the way to that place we saw during the beginning credits.
Yeah, the opening title screen.
We're finally here. It's all coming together for the gang.
And I do like the way they handled the camera here.
And the music,
And
or
the
the lack of music. Just it's very like there's just something very like reflective about it. I don't know. I really like it.
We could rise up over the hill and then boom.
And then they hit you with the main theme, and you're just like, I don't want it to end.
Moments
My
of feels.
emotions.
Right in the feels. Yep.
By this point, kind of the rest of the story's been laid bare. Titus is now filled in a bit. What's going to happen to you at the end of this journey?
Yep.
And Titus is a little upset with this. Turns out he kind of likes the Summoner.
Yeah, and they're basically pledged to sort of find a way to defy God. So. I get the Fortune Sphere. Well, I don't have the Sentry anymore, but I do have First Strike, so it doesn't matter. Even if I get ambushed, I still get the first turn.
Just the whole aesthetic they have with the wisps. As sad as the story behind the wisps are, it makes for a very cool visual effect.
I also just really like how the music doesn't actually change for the battles. Like, it just kind of keeps going. I think there's something...
But always a very impactful thing to do.
Yeah.
Have something be the same for the first many hours.
Yep.
And then change it.
Carries the tone and doesn't ever break it up.
Yep.
As you're walking through this area.
Yeah. Really just kind of adds to the experience a lot.
Vibing too hard. Need to actually, like, commentate and stuff, but no.
I don't mind.
It's just nice.
It's just that, again, this is one of the reasons why I love speedrunning RPGs, is you just get to listen to all this amazing music for your entire run, so.
All right.
To a ruined temple.
Yep. The nice music is over and we're back to tense, dramatic.
Very intense. But again, they're not going to break it up with the battle theme again, which is really cool. So.
We're getting ready for a showdown.
Yep. This is... Everyone's in serious time right now. Except me. I'm just like, let me just get through this.
Encounter, stop. Let me go. Run.
There's more bosses that have a date with Bahamut's knuckle sandwich.
We have a bunch more priests with guns and robots in, like, the, final summoning spot of the pilgrimage. Because, that's a thing that's happening.
Yep. Now, because I didn't get the 2 friend spheres earlier, I do need to sneak over here and pick up a friend sphere out of a chest that is kind of, again, hidden. Like, you wouldn't know it was here unless you went over here, so. Got that. Yeah, my XP routing is fine at this point, so I don't need to do any extra encounters. Also, Riku still has her overdrive, which will be good. I need that for the endgame bosses. We're almost to the final puzzles, which is also really fun. I like the Tetris puzzles. I don't know. I might be in the minority.
Does.
I just like playing Tetris. What can I say?
Tetris is great.
Not actual Tetris. I like playing Final Fantasy Tetris.
Okay. Yeah, having to go in and out of the room, and then if you accidentally misstep, having to go in and out of the room again and then restart. Not a huge fan of this puzzle set.
Yep.
But
oops.
It is very satisfying to watch somebody who's good at it. Just beep boop their way through.
Yeah.
And now we had set up Lulu, a little while ago to crack open that level 3 lock and be next to all that strength, and now Yuna gets to take advantage of that.
And also 8 agility.
8 agility, like 10 strength, and luck.
Yeah. She gets some massive stats here right at the end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right, and now bring on the Tetris.
Tetris Room 1.
And baby Tetris.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, this is interesting.
Look at
what an interesting challenge here.
And make sure you can differentiate the colors on the floor.
Yes, between the gray and the gray.
Rip colorblind folks. I'm sorry, gamers. They don't do it like this anymore, I don't think. Or hopefully they wouldn't. Be an accessibility mode or something.
Yeah, they usually add a colorblind mode now.
Yeah.
it some more contrast. Oh, why are these pedestals coming out?
Oh, we have to do this more, don't we?
Well, what would happen? Well, let's see what happens if I just push this pedestal right here.
Yeah.
Because that's all I know how to do. I just push them.
I push pedestals.
Yeah.
Then either they turn into platforms or they disappear.
Yep.
Oh, look, a bigger room
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
with
Now
more
we're-
shapes.
Oh no. And there were 3 pedestals that we needed to push in. So we have like 3 more puzzles to do.
6 actually.
That was the spoiler.
Well, the nice thing is you don't have to actually do all of the pedestals because 2 of them are just orbs.
Hooray, we only have to do 4.
But then the lights go out, so that's fun.
It's not ominous.
Nope.
One simple.
No, we're not counting this run. we made a promise way back.
Ah.
There are no vampires allowed in this room.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have any Castlevania runs this marathon, did we?
I don't think so.
No, unfortunate.
Well, as we're stepping on more pieces of floor, Bonnie, is there anything you'd like to tell us?
Why, yes. Yes, there is. We have a $10 anonymous donation. I am glad to finally come out to an event in person after Helix plugged this event on GDQ back in the before times. I had a great time this weekend, and I hope to see you all again next time. You too, Anonymous, whoever you are.
Wonderful.
We also have $10 from, who's this? Maddie Inc.? What? 1% of a final weapon as promised 2 hours ago.
Nice.
Coming in.
If only
Just
I had
as
some,
advertised.
If only I had some cutscenes, I could have made my $20 donation during the cutscenes.
Yeah, shame.
Shame.
Shame. And, look at that total. We are just a little over $200 from reaching $4,000 for the Protest Foundation. And we got about, like half an hour-ish or
Yeah.
so for the run left?
Yep.
That sounds pretty doable to me, so let's make that happen.
And how's-
$200, let's go.
How's that bid war doing for who defeats Yu Yevon?
Last I checked, Lulu was still in the lead. Let me just do a quick refresh. Yep. Yeah, Lulu is in the lead with $65. I'm sure Lulu's #1 stan is real pleased about that, but Yuna is hot on her trail with $55, and it's getting pretty close there, neck and neck. Then everyone else is trailing behind by quite a bit, but that doesn't mean it's too late for someone to come in and snipe that. So, I'd say all you Krimhari, you Riku, you Waka fans, now's your chance to come out in force, get us past that $200 range, get us past $4,000, and get your favorite character to land the final blow
Of the marathon.
of the whole heckin' marathon.
Can't think of a better finale than that.
Absolutely.
Well, as we're wrapping up the puzzle segment here, I believe we're going to be fighting God next.
God's
Or-
secretary.
God's secretary.
Basically.
Yeah.
But there's one more fight before that. But yeah, we're really getting to the end of the story here in terms of what we've been told for the entire game, lore-wise. So we are about to meet Lady Unalesca. After we fight her dog, shall we say.
That's a funny-looking dog you got there.
A little weird. It's got claws for hands, or scythes, or something, I don't know.
I'm sure it's a very
mine
good
looks
boy.
much more normal.
What a good boy.
Excellent boy.
Oh, and I got the one hit. That normally takes 2, so that saves us a little bit of time there.
Just gotta praise the good.
Yeah, good boy, Ixion.
That's right.
For all the Sphere Grid fans, we only have a couple Sphere Grids left too, so.
We've come here to watch cutscenes and kick ass, and we're all out of cutscenes.
We're all out of Sphere Grid. You see how tight this is, though. I'm out of Sphere Grid levels, and that is exactly what I needed, so.
Perfect.
You're good. And now we're about to fight Lady Unalesca. She is the one who sort of grants the final summoning to the summoner at the end of the pilgrimage. They give you kind of like some backstory here about how when Orin was here with Yuna's father, Orin went back and Lady Unalesca kind of kicked his butt. So he's kind of here for payback, and there's like the really famous cutscene at the beginning of this fight, which, by the way, this fight is miserable. Casually.
I see that opening cutscene a bunch of times.
Yep, and if you get to see this cutscene a lot when you're playing the game casually, so it's probably burned into a lot of people's brains, including mine. The speech, the pep talk that Orin gives. So this is gonna be a lot easier.
This is so satisfying.
It really is.
That, I believe that was 5 9s that we saw there.
Yeah, we got Quint 9s for the first time. You love to see it.
Big fan.
Not even a crit.
I believe it was a crit.
Oh, it was? Okay.
I believe so.
Yep. That's some funny looking hair she has there.
I'm starting to think maybe she's not as good as we were originally led to believe.
That's some real funny looking hair there.
That's a face you can trust.
She seems to be very obsessed with death also.
Which one are you looking at there, Bonnie? There's a lot of faces. Why are there a lot of faces?
They're all faces we can trust.
All snakes of them.
Shooting beams out of her eyes.
And overkill.
Let's see if I get a weapon here. I did. Ooh,
Nice.
Orin got the weapon. Okay. So if you get a weapon in that fight, it is guaranteed to have Zombie Strike on it, which we do need for the final boss. And I know we still have an incentive for that, so I don't want to spoil how all that's going to work. Other than to say it kind of doesn't matter based on the way I'm planning on doing it, but that's good to know still.
So just wander our way out of this temple after killing our last chance to kill Sin.
Yeah, so yeah, that is exactly right. That is kind of the story ramification of that fight is now we don't really have a way to defeat Sin and bring the calm to Spira, so we're going to have to go to plan B here.
Can I make a quick announcement?
Absolutely.
We are just $150 away from reaching that $4,000 goal.
Oh.
And we have that to thank with an anonymous $61 donation. Just says Fuzzy Arms Race, which puts Kimhari in the lead for who gets to deal the final blow to the final boss for the final thing we need to do for this event.
Let's do it.
This bid war is heating up.
It's getting hot.
Yeah, and let's just, let's keep it going. I'm honestly just going to spend about half of the rest of the run running back and forth through the corridors of this airship, Bonnie, so you just jump in and give us updates as you get them.
All right, and you heard that, folks. You got nothing but time to just get those donations in. You just need to type out as much as you feel you need to get us over that goal. I'm here. I'm ready. And this name race getting real nice and hot here. I'm ready for whatever sort of bios you got for your favorite character, what your favorite aspects of them are. We all love those big, strong, fuzzy arms. We all love those nonsensical zippers of Lulu. But everyone else got something to contribute as well. So let's hear it.
The final
I believe in you, Twitch chat.
Yep.
I believe in you, Twitch chat. Let's go, Twitch chat.
Let's go. Let's make sure we get that 4K. And we just we basically just consulted with a summon spirit, I guess is maybe the best way to describe it. And we've decided we're just going to take the fight right to Sin and defeat the summoner Yu Yevon. And so we're going to start working on that now. We're kind of, this is the point in the RPG where it's like you are kind of committed to the final battle, or you're committing to the final battle. So let's just go hop out here on the deck of the airship and see what happens.
So that swimming monster that we've seen this entire time named Sin, it's flying now, Blaze.
Yes.
I'm scared.
Yes, it is digivolved into flying. He seems very calm, though. He doesn't really seem to mind that we're just kind of shooting Bahamut or Ixion beams at him here. See? Sin's like, whatever.
Whatever. I do like how, once again, in Final Fantasy, we have turned to Sid to come up with a plan on how to defeat the thing.
That's true.
With an airship.
With an airship.
Always with an airship. Bonnie, it really sounds too like that that bid war is very, very close too, which is exciting. Like there's like 3 or 4 that are all.
Yeah, it is.
clustered
Between
nicely.
that's a $1 difference between Kimhari and Lulu right now, so that they are neck and neck. Yuna is not too far behind at $55. Then you got Aron trailing in 4th place with 15, and everyone else got 5. And I think we can make all those numbers go up, though.
Absolutely.
100%.
This one bid war will decide who is the best character for all time.
Yeah, it will be the definitive answer for Final Fantasy
It will
fans
be official.
everywhere. It will be the official answer.
We will tell Mr. Square Enix himself that this is just how it is, how it be.
Unless Waka wins.
Remember
then
that game you
obviously
made
that's not
20 years ago? This is the best character.
Yeah.
So if you want to have it remain undecided, vote for Waka with your
Yeah.
wallet.
There you go.
Yeah, I will be cold and dead in the ground before I acknowledge that Waka is my favorite character in Final Fantasy X, which is not the case, obviously.
We just acknowledge that everyone else is equally important,
Yeah.
and therefore you give the most characters the most amount of love, except for Waka.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you can put a single character on a pedestal.
The funny thing is, I feel like a lot of times when you do this, especially with RPGs, everyone's just like, "Ooh, hot take." I don't think anyone would argue with me that Waka is insufferable and terrible, like objectively terrible. So I feel very comfortable in saying that, and not like I'm gonna like ruffle some Waka stands like feathers or whatever.
Whatever you decide, Blaze, I'm just here for your back.
Thank you.
I got it.
Thank you.
I will say Waka's mechanically useful.
Waka's ability to throw a blitzball is occasionally useful.
Yep.
And he can't throw it as well as Titus, but like it's
Titus doesn't use it as a weapon.
it's correct because he actually uses an actual weapon.
Right.
But
That
but
Waka gave him.
yeah. That's true. I wouldn't have the Brotherhood if it wasn't for Waka.
There we go.
Now I'm getting conflicted. Oh no.
He started the journey and it made Titus who he is today.
Star Blitzball player, sword wielder.
Star Equipment Manager Waka.
Maybe that's what he should have been doing all those years in the Sado Alliance's equipment management.
Yeah.
Morale officer. We're gonna do our best, guys. Win or lose, we had fun, right?
I
That-
suppose early on that is his, yeah.
That was his attitude, and then Titus came in and was like, "Hey, how about we win?"
How about win?
And they were like, "Oh, we never thought of that."
We hadn't considered winning before.
Yeah.
Waka has the most, positive attitude, though, Because what if you can't win?
I think we can all agree Waka is a lovable loser. Emphasis on the loser. All right.
So,
This is a fun fight, by the way. I'm gonna Just wait for it here. Come here, Mr. Googly Eyes. Boop.
Nice overkill.
Thank
that
you.
snoot.
We booped the snoot.
Ixion gets to look so happy with himself.
Yeah.
You know, moonblazewolf,
Yeah.
you say that about Waka, but we just got $100 from
no.
moonblazewolf's conscience.
Oh no!
moonblazewolf believes in his heart of hearts that Waka is the best character. He's just in denial, yeah?
You heard it.
I will say, Bonnie, you have the best Waka impression I've ever heard live. So.
Oh, thanks. Really appreciate that, bud.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. You betcha.
We're making Waka Minnesota, and we're adopting
Oh,
Waka.
and that only means we are only $50 away from that $4,000 goal, yeah?
Let's go, yeah.
Oh, we so close.
After this, we're going to go ice fishing for some grappies.
Oh, you betcha.
Take it down for a
I
potluck
won't go
later.
so easy on you next time.
Bring
Get
the
some of that
bring
hot
the
dish.
Hot dish, yo. Yep.
Peter Tot hot dish and that lutefisk.
We're just going to like just drive this accent home until it bores into your skull and you like it.
I'll be
It
right
wouldn't be
back.
Midwest Speed Fest if we didn't do at least a certain amount of this.
A few oops and ups. Oops.
Ope.
Oops, all Minnesotan.
So Ope was actually like, I didn't realize that was a Minnesota thing until very, very recently. Apparently,
right back.
I don't know if it is actually or not, but I'm new to Ope. A lot of the other stuff I've been more accustomed with for a very long time, growing up in the Twin Cities myself. So.
And I gotta say that that donation there just pushed Waka way up into the lead of this who gets to beat the final boss
Okay.
incentive here.
We cannot let that stand. Come on, Twitch chat.
He
Literally
is
anyone else.
he is winning by a good
go so easy on you next time.
$41 here.
So if you donate $50 to a character, you could choose the winner that would be not Waka.
This is true.
Will
The
you
power is yours.
And that would both get us the $4,000 and not let Blaze's conscience win.
That is very important.
We definitely don't want Blaze's conscience.
No, my conscience cannot win out here.
You don't know Blaze like we do.
I won't go so easy on you next time.
Yeah, I don't really have too much to do here other than run away from stuff and try to not bonk into walls, so I'm totally just like side-eyeing that donation total.
Yep. just wait as we wander through the ocean of
Live
sin.
and let live.
Yep. We're just on Sin's back at the moment, I'm pretty sure.
I think inside Sin?
I think we punched a hole in him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in.
Okay, that's actually kind of disgusting now that I think about it.
Yep, this is just the internal fluids of sin.
Can I go
I'll
back?
be right back.
I want to go back to being ignorant.
On top.
Sin has like this nice like watery texture with inside, like a nice skybox and everything.
Great skybox.
Somehow.
There's stairs.
Sin's bigger on the inside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be right
That
back.
joke hasn't been used before.
No.
You're hearing jokes for the first time on this stream. Donate.
We are all very creative and funny people with original jokes.
Live and let live.
As another $20 trickles in.
Yeah, they got a $20 donation from Eye of Newt.
Hey.
Thank you to all the runners and volunteers for making this event possible. Love you all, May. Less than 3.
Heart.
This is Seymour's last
And
stand.
that still leaves Waka in the lead, though. Kimhari, that went to Kimhari. He is only $86 in. So that means it's like, oh God, math. $31? I think that's right. $31. Waka has in the lead right now. So those big, strong, fuzzy arms, they are catching up. He is on those like monkey bars. He is pulling it. He is on that race.
Come on, Team Kamari, let's go. He is a gentle giant.
Tiny Ronso.
Yeah, and
Tiny Ronso.
he's very tiny for a Ronso, and he lost his horn in a tragic horn-related incident as a youth.
He's never been the same since the incident.
We got $10 from the Flying Marlin. I see a wrong that needs to be righted. Waka's not leading by enough.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Well, that means Waka is at $115.
All right.
Oh, but we got another one for Kimhari. He is at 96 now. Oh, it is neck and neck here.
Let's keep them coming.
And that was $10 from Sex Rest. No comment, but thank you. I know exactly what you're trying to do.
Next $10 donation gets us to 4K, everybody.
Only $10 away from 4K. We're so close. Let's go.
Let's go.
We can either get like $9 more in and have multiples of 3, which is very pleasing, or we hit the 4K.
All right, and look at that. We have hit $4,000 for the Protest Foundation.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Let's keep it going, though. We still got that bid war. We got to knock Waka off.
And that $10 went to Waka Enjoyer, number 69. Nice.
Nice. All right.
What did I do to you, says Waka Enjoyer, number 69?
Nothing. You're supporting the questionably best boy, but you're definitely making everyone else better by comparison.
I feel as though I have angered the Waka fans out in the world, all like 3 of them, and I'm so sorry.
Where's our donation from Waka's
keep it up,
number 1
Blaze.
stan?
It just keeps putting more money in. Keep it up, Blaze. Let's go.
You know what I really don't like about Waka?
Let's all take turns telling everybody what we don't like about the character.
Yeah, let's kick that hornet's nest.
He's just saying these things for charity. Don't worry.
Kick that hornet's nest with a blitz ball.
His conscience is already donated.
We already know where his conscience is at.
I am going to stop just for a second because this part is pretty amazing, actually. This is the nucleus, and I'm going to try to run around and hopefully not get spiked by any of these things.
Yeah, not turn around blind into a camera and get spiked.
Yeah, with the camera does not help. And I'm picking up eggs. I need to pick up 10 of them. Kind of just trying to keep up.
There's one. All right.
So this is what happens if you get spiked.
Yep. You get a random encounter.
Live and let live.
You can see the really cool mohawk units.
Yeah, those things are great.
Now we know you just did that just to demonstrate what happens, so you're not going to actually do it again, right?
Definitely not.
That would be slow, and this is a speed run.
Nope. Wow. Okay.
Nice dodge. Nice dodge.
Oof. Oh, there we go. Come here, eggs. One more. Where are you?
So is this a time segment, or is it actually based on the number of eggs you're picking up?
When you get the 10th one, you progress.
Okay.
So, yeah, getting one encounter is honestly fine. It's really, really hard because this number of spikes keeps increasing the longer you're in there. So, if you can do it consistently without getting any encounters, you are an A+ Final Fantasy X speedrunner. All right, we have one last sphere grid. It's going to get well, actually, I have to do one other thing, so I need to not forget the second thing.
And then I gotta put my horns up. I'm excited.
Yes, the music is coming. Alright, so we are going to go there.
I want to see all your best jam emotes when I watch this VOD later, Twitch.
Music does, as the kids say, slap for this next boss fight.
Gotta show Dad who's boss.
That's right.
Don't get to tell me what to do, Dad. You're not the boss of me.
You're not my father?
You're not a buddy pal.
Pal guy. Big long move.
We have to pick up a zombie strike here.
Important.
There we go.
Then you'll have 2 people with zombie strike.
I only need the one. All right, let's go fight our dad. The only unfortunate thing is because the battle is going to be over so fast, we won't get to hear as much of this as we normally would. So that takes out the two, they're called pagodas. That lowers his defense, and then here comes the cleanup crew.
Pretty good for the cleanup.
Yep.
I can't imagine what you're gonna do next.
There's only two ways to defeat your problems in an RPG. Either punch them or throw money at them.
Accurate.
It is time to punch God.
So that got me through phase 1. Here comes phase 2. I'm hoping that he does his eject beam attack because the animation is about 30 seconds faster than the other thing that he can do.
Love that.
So we're looking for eject beam after this next attack here.
Love the 30-second time loss at the end of a run.
Not enough damage. So now I'm looking for eject beam, hopefully. I did not get it, so we just get to enjoy this music for a little bit longer, which is fine. I feel like it was worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The fight ends in a better part of the song.
Yuna!
All right, this is last call for the donation incentive.
All right, we have a couple more donations showing love for everyone's favorite pro blitzball player. We got $20 from Raka. I don't know how cool Waka is. I don't think any of us do, really. And then $10 from Waka's #1 Stan. There he is. This goes out to my main blitzball pro, Waka. Is he goofy looking? Yes. Is his accent kind of funny? Yeah. Is he kind of prejudiced and obnoxious? Yes, but he's working on it. Big love to Waka and big love to everyone bidding for him to steal the show, which I believe that's exactly what he's going to do.
We got about 3 minutes left. If you want, we can keep it open for
He
4
is.
minutes, but
Yeah,
this is last
he
round,
is
so.
at $155. The closest we got after that is at $96 with Kimhari. You have 3 minutes, actually more like 2 minutes, 40 seconds at this point to get your favorite character in, to steal this bid war, to snipe the heck out of it. Your chances now, and this is about as long as you got, so let's see it happen. Otherwise, it's going to be Waka doing it, and do you really want to see that?
Blaze is throwing money to solve his problems right now.
Please throw money at the Protest Foundation. Don't let Waka win.
Exactly.
So we are doing something different. This is like one of the final sequences here. What are you in fact doing?
So from a story point of view, what's happening is as long as there are still Aeons, Yu Yevon will continue to exist. And we have a lot of friends that we made along the way. They are our Aeons. And we cannot let Yu Yevon possess them permanently. So we're basically summoning them. Yu Yevon kind of inhabits them, and then we take them out with spare change.
So is Yu Yevon a vampire?
He's kind of like a summoned vampire, yeah. I guess maybe that's a good way of thinking about it.
That's not allowed in this run. Vampires count things.
Throw money at him.
Absolutely.
And then the guild ability you're doing is why we need to have, actual routing for money throughout the run.
Yep.
And we get to use that all right here. So we threw 30,000 gil at it to do 3,000 damage.
Yep, we've got the correct amount of pocket change floating around in there. So.
And since all the HP values of each of these summons is known, you can just dial in exactly the amount of damage you need to do every single time.
Yep, and you should never be short on money.
Shiva!
Yay! Makes an appearance.
Also exists.
Look at this opening ad.
It's a very cool one. They made her look like one of the dancers from Star Wars, and I've always thought that was a cool take on the aesthetic.
Yeah. Always been the ice queen.
It's the hair. The hair is very cool. All right, Bonnie. I think it's time.
It's time.
We got to close that incentive now.
Alrighty, let me just one last refresh here, make sure I'm not missing anything. Guess what?
Yeah.
Guess who it is?
It's the
At
boy.
$155, we got Waka dealing the final blow to you, Yevon, closing us out here for Midwest Speedfest 2023. Congrats, Waka. You earned it.
I mean, Waka did get the game-winning goal in Blitzball as well, so it's been a good. This is about as good a day as Waka can have.
I think we found Waka's #1 stan.
Very, very possible, yeah. But in all seriousness, thank you very much, everyone, for donating for that incentive. This game's got great characters, and I'm glad everybody got an opportunity to weigh in and affect the run in that way. So, but we are about to come up on the actual final battle here. The strat for this fight is we are going to afflict you, Yevon, with Zombie. And then it's actually not going to be a killing blow, but Waka will get to wield the Phoenix down. That will end the run. So,
Look at the head crab.
yep. And I will call time at the appropriate moment because there is a particular thing that we will be watching for. But first of all, here comes the hero of the day, Waka with a Phoenix down. There he goes. And time.
What a hero!
GG's, buddies.
Thank you very much, both of you, for being here with me. This was a lot of fun.
It's a good time.
Thank you, everybody who's been hanging out in the room as well. I hope you enjoyed the run. This has been a lot of fun for me. It's been a big honor getting to close out an in-person marathon. This is the first time I've ever been able to do this. And I just hope everybody had a good time. Thank you, Bonnie, for being an amazing host this afternoon. It was a great time.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for being an absolute legend, moonblazewolf.
The legend, the myth only grows, I guess. So, but yeah, I just want to, I'll start giving some shout outs here, and then I'm sure Helix and the others will want to kind of wind the marathon down. But thank you, everybody who donated and watched, raising money for the Protest Foundation all weekend long. Thank you to all of my fellow runners, volunteers, and staff for frankly making it through the weekend, which was not always going to be, was not always the most comfortable thing. We had a lot of challenges that we overcame this weekend, and I'm really proud of everybody who got us to this $4,000 total, which is a very nice amount of money for the Protest Foundation. Thank you to my commentators for being here with me today. I typically stream 3 days a week or so on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/moonblazewolf. I also help out with some other marathons as well that you may have heard of called Fastest Furs and soon RPG Limit, or Games Done Quick. That other slightly obscure marathon that you may have heard of. I actually have my first GDQ run coming up in SGDQ later on this summer, so I really am excited for that as well with a different game. But speedrunning has been a real blessing in my life. It's taken me a lot of places and introduced me to a lot of people and opportunities that I frankly never thought I would have. And I really encourage everybody, if you're watching on Twitch and you enjoy watching the marathon in person, try to help out with an online marathon sometime. Every online marathon out there needs volunteers and needs help. I can attest to that as someone who organizes one myself. We always need a big team to put these events on. And if you can ever get to an in-person marathon, there is nothing like an in-person speedrun marathon. You get to hear the energy in the room. You get to have your friends around with you while you get to play video games really fast and do cool stuff. And there's just nothing like it in the world. I don't know what else to say other than that. So get to the next Midwest Speed Fest. Get to Summer Games done quick if you can. Support small online marathons. They're all doing good work, and they're all people who care very, very much about the causes that they are supporting and the people that are part of their communities. So I guess that's just about it for me. And yeah, thank you. I'll go ahead and hand it back over for the closing ceremonies. And praise be to Yevon.
Praise be to Yevon.
Praise be to Yevon.